Good evening. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back. It is the Omega Files on the Games Tavern. Tonight we're running a game, part 2 of Snowcrash, using Call of Cthulhu 7th edition. Grab a flashlight, grab a Glock, grab a warm parka, and maybe a machete, and join us in the shadows of conspiracy, elder horror, and brutal Yukon survival as we face off against things that are both terrifying and exciting. You might survive, you might go mad, but you'll have fun no matter what. If you are watching us here live on Twitch, please make sure to follow. It is free, and it helps support all the Games Tavern shows. If you're catching us on YouTube's later, make sure to subscribe so you won't miss when our episodes get posted. And now, as we enter part 2, introductions are, of course, in order. Let's go around the virtual table and let people know who you are and where they can find you on social media and who you're playing. We will start with me. I'm David Quick. I am the keeper of this game and co-developer of the campaign. And you can find me on Twitter at notorious_GMD. Next up, Jose.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jose Ortiz. You can find me mostly on Twitter is pretty much my only social media. That's at Jedge Ortiz Art. I'm a fantasy artist, and I post some stuff there, and I also post my website, which is on there as well. So I'll be playing Jocko Burnside. He's a long-haul trucker out of Alameda, California. Pretty basic. Got the trucker cap, jean jacket, but now he finds himself way out of his element, and luckily he was able to scavenge a nice parka. So good to go.
Very good. Ego.
Perfect. I'm Ego Von Hubris, sometimes known as Sean Krellin, but mostly just Ego Von Hubris on all social media, what have yous. Tonight I'm going to be playing the part of Tom Jones. Not that Tom Jones, but a similar Tom Jones. He kind of looks like Klaus from the Umbrella Academy, very gaunt, very thin, and at this point has been broken out of an asylum and has seen some better days, as you might be able to tell. He's a great time, a fun thing to be around. Just basically hold on to your seats and you're in for a wild ride. Tonight's show is going to be intense.
Bill.
Hi, I'm Bill Altizer. You can find me on a lot of the social medias as Grumpy Lizard. Tonight, I'll be playing Scraps, the hillbilly hobo, who is so far survived. Well, most of me. I'm missing most of my right leg, but I get along.
And lastly, Finn.
Hey, y'all. My name is Fen Bowman, and I will be playing Dane Prastic this evening. They are a paranormal investigator for the clickbait mega giant Rumble Snack, and they are here and queer and ready for fear. And you can find me on Twitter at Puppy Plants, 2 very easy words put together.
Alrighty. And before we get into the story for the night and pick up the overnight camping and the crushed fuselage of the plane, we will meet the Elder God's demand and provide you with a data feed from Mr. Ego Von Hubris.
That would be me. Please do understand that we do have a couple of content warnings, and they are in no particular order of importance. Those include abuse, animal death, self-harm, suicide, gratuitous violence, needles, kidnapping, death, blood, mental illness, tentacles, mutilations, mutations, shrubberies, insects, birds, blood, cats, dogs, drug use, chemicals and chemical usage, radiation, lizards, firearms, The Walking Dead, The Waking Dead, maybe just the dead, blood, explosions, morgues, interrogations, clowns, sarcasm, arson, threatening mechanical implements, flying monsters, and this time, snow.
Very good. So, go ahead.
I was going to say, also the Omega stream will feature several points in the broadcast where you decide part of the narrative. That's right, you get to use this prime feature to vote in the chat to determine the effect of some of tonight's investigation. So get in there, get voting, and see what you can throw us into.
Very good. Never has democracy sounded so unhinged and creepy. Well done.
That's I mean, that is this game, so I can't wait.
So last week we ended with the team as well as several other survivors huddled inside what was left of the fuselage of this jumbo jet out in the middle of a blizzard somewhere in the Canadian wilderness, the Yukon perhaps, and trying like heck to get through the night alive. There has been a lot of death from the crash, a lot of people freezing and dying, and now their bodies freezing. But the decision was made to secure this fuselage as best as possible with like some curtains and things to keep the wind out, to hopefully keep a little bit of warmth in. The injured that were still alive were moved in and are being cared for, and everybody has hopefully gotten a little bit of sleep overnight, although it has probably been troubled. And sure enough, morning is upon you. The sun does come up. Nobody feels probably great about the sleep that they've gotten, but you have gotten a little bit and you are up and functional. So what are y'all going to do?
Well, probably make sure that companions are still breathing, check in on any other survivors, kind of maybe stretch a little bit, make sure that I'm not as, that the snow hasn't made me numb to potential wounds and what have you. So to give myself the once over and be like, oh, there's so much blood. Oh wait, no, I came here with that blood. It's fine.
Me.
This shirt has already been like that. It's fine.
So one of the people, not one of your team, but one of the people did die overnight. The one who had the crushed pelvis apparently did not make it. You're guessing maybe some other internal injuries were too much for them to overcome. But beyond that, everyone else, they are in various stages of injury, but they are alive. And again, the Marine is up and around. He seems overnight to have fashioned some sort of ankle brace from as much medical tape and saran wrap as he could find and scavenge, and is limping around, checking on people and distributing what little bits of food. He's also been able to scavenge some milk and stuff like that.
That's good.
I would like to take a walk around the perimeter of our little area and see if there's any tracks that may have come up towards our party in the night, just so we can get an idea, and also see if I can get any kind of clues about where we are.
Okay, so walking the perimeter, the snow has thinned out at this point, but it smells like there may be more coming. You are in a large, flat, open area surrounded by a tree line at about a 300-yard range in every direction. And beyond the tree lines, you can see mountains in pretty much every direction, some miles away. Hard to tell how many miles. It is flat. I'll need you to make me a spot roll, spot hidden, see what you find as you walk around and look at things.
I rolled a 16 out of 50.
Really good. Yeah, so you find some tracks that look like maybe some small, curious mammals may have come towards the camp, maybe looking to see what all the light was and what all the disturbance was, maybe looking for food. You do see what appeared to be some wolf tracks coming from another direction, but it appears the fires were more than they were willing to deal with at the time they came. You do also, Dane, find one track that has no tracks around it. So it looks like it literally was just made in the snow, a pair of tracks. And these feet are hard to figure out. They're bigger than the wolf tracks, and they almost look bird-like, kind of.
I'm gonna take out my little phone and just snap a picture of it.
Okay.
So I can bring it back in. How far am I from the camp?
Let's say you're about 100 feet from the camp right now, from the fuselage.
Okay, yeah, I'll walk back and tell them instead of just shouting about it.
Okay. Alrighty. So tell them.
Everyone, I found these, went looking around to see if there's any tracks just to make sure no one snuck up on us while we were out here, and I found what looks like maybe a weird bird track. Was it a large? It was a large bird track, which seems very strange for this area. Anyone in this here group happen to know anything about birds?
Well, that sounds more like one of them ostriches.
I was gonna say, I was once menaced by a cassowary, but I don't think that's probably the same, as given the terrain, it's probably not that.
I don't think they're filming Sesame Street around here, so let's go see what that is. You say they just one set?
Just one. Which is also unusual because from what I do know about birds, which is not a lot, I see them around, casual bird observer here. They seem to kind of hop around once they land, not so much one very still set and then leaving.
Yeah, that's unsettling.
Well, I want to go see that.
Well, one quick question before we start wondering about. I want to take a look at where Jocko had left an arrow pointing towards the light we saw.
Yes.
And I kind of want to get my bearings with the landscape and that arrow before we lose it.
Okay. Yeah, the arrow's still there, and it still points in the direction that was assessed as being where the light was last night. If you look in that direction, Scraps, you'll see, again, tree line about 300 yards away, and then probably maybe a mile or two, mountains rising up, and you really can't see the red light right now because it's daylight, but that certainly might have been where you were looking last night.
All right. I just kind of want to get my bearings. Now, where is these tracks in relation?
Oh, so the light, you're guessing just based on where the sun is, you're guessing the light is mostly north, and the tracks are to the west just a little bit.
All right. Well, at least whatever this isn't in the direction we might be heading.
It appears that way.
Is it still there, Scraps?
Well, I can't see the light, but at least I got an idea where we need to go. Thanks for leaving that marker.
Just say that's a step in the right direction if ever there was one, seeing as how otherwise we'd just be spinning around in blind snow. That's really
It's a good
appreciate
idea.
it.
I'm giving you 1 luck point, Jocko, because sometimes you make your own luck.
That's how he's gotten through life, basically.
Yeah. Teach
All
me.
right, well,
Okay, are we thinking maybe we should check out, if y'all want to look at this track like with your own 2 eyes and then head towards that tower? Maybe we can find some help.
sure. Do the people that are left here, they have enough to sustain them for the day, as in terms of firewood, maybe something to burn to keep warm, food?
Yeah, so there's a couple people that are out and about, as well as the Marine Walt Garrison, and he says, yeah, I think I got enough. Where are y'all going out to check out that light from last night?
That's the idea.
Okay. Yeah, I think I can keep everything battened down here. We've got the curtains to keep the wind out. I've salvaged food. It's not going to be any kind of feast, but honestly, I wish I had some rations, but I don't. But this will do. There are 2 people that want to accompany you. There is a young man who looks like he is mostly uninjured, probably about 23. Looks like he probably works out pretty regularly, maybe a long distance runner. And he'll introduce himself to Jocko. He'll say, "Hey, I'm Biff. I'm Biff Stewart. I think I can make the trek with you too. This is my girlfriend, Marcia." And next to him is a Latina-looking young woman named Marcia, and she says, "I'm Marcia Esteban."
Biff, Marcia, nice to meet you. I don't see any problem with that.
If we find something, there will be more of us to bring it back. Biff says, "Yeah, more of us to bring whatever we find back is a good idea. I mean, right now we're just sitting here doing nothing."
True.
Hey, Biff. Hey, Marcia. I'm Dane.
Good to meet you.
That's Scraps, and that's Tom.
Howdy.
They both wave. Biff says, "Good to meet you."
Marcia.
Says, nice jacket, dude.
Huh.
Pointing at Tom.
Stop this old thing. That's very kind of you to say, but please, I'll take more compliments.
That can't be warm.
No. The thing that keeps me warm is my sense of style. And it is,
okay.
I look ragged as hell. I'm just as beat up as anybody else.
'Cause, dude,
Tom,
you
is
look
that-
like he's just
is that-
dude. You look like shit. I've got a MIT sweatshirt in my luggage. You want it?
Oh, please. I couldn't. Literally,
Done.
I'm legally not allowed
He
to
gets
rep
rifling through his
MIT
luggage.
in any capacity.
He
Not
He
since I
walks
lost
up
the
in
case.
MIT sweatshirt. He goes, "Here, dude, take it. You look like you're not gonna make it."
Just turn
I'll-
it inside out.
Well,
I was just I turn it inside out and I put it on like over the jacket so it's like really like weirdly bulky.
Yes.
Like yeah, it looks like a hot trash bag on fire.
Biff, to be fair, Tom often looks like he's not going to make it, but it's not too far off from his normal look. Tom, is that lipstick or are your lips turning blue? We need to get you.
No. Oh god, yeah. Thank you for the sweatshirt.
You're welcome. Marcia says,
Okay.
"I've got an extra hat. Do you need a hat? I've got
No.
a beanie." She
Yeah,
she
give him
begins
the hat.
rummaging around in her carry-on and pulls out a Hello Kitty beanie hat that's pink.
Perfect. And
Oh.
Wait,
I'm
didn't Tom
genuinely
already
excited.
find the great Hello Kitty sweater?
Yes,
Oh,
I think you
just
did,
not
didn't
keep
you,
it?
Tom?
I was gonna
I
say
thought
yeah.
you were wearing a
Oh,
Hello
that's
Kitty
right.
sweater already.
Yeah,
Are you
I
wearing
did forget
all
about
of
that,
this?
and you are correct. So now I've got a not matching but also slightly same IP style hat. I look like
Nice.
if tourism to a Hello Kitty facility also took place in Fargo.
Yeah.
It's real gnarly.
Harkens back to the days there were Hello Kitty stores.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I just collect so much Hello Kitty stuff.
Yeah. So anyway, Biff says, "I'm ready. Let's go." Well,
All right.
Well, let's take a look at these strange tracks you found first.
Yeah, Biff, Marcia,
Check-
we were gonna check out these tracks real
Remember-
quick.
Oh, cool. He said, "Marcia, they found tracks." She goes, "Ooh, that sounds very exciting."
You never know. Maybe they'll turn
Okay.
out to be bird watchers.
He comes out with you to look at the tracks.
All right.
Okay, we're looking at them. They're weird.
So, y'all look at these tracks, and they're about this big, so they're pretty big, and they do appear maybe to be bird tracks, although they have. Do any of you have points in Natural World? I think it is.
Tiny amount.
If you put anything into it, you can make a
I've got-
roll.
All right.
No.
No,
No.
birds are not my thing, except for eating.
Hard miss.
So, yeah, the feet don't look normal to you, but you're not really sure what's wrong with them. I mean, there's just something wrong with the feet. The talons, I should say.
Don't like that.
Like a bird of prey type of track. Is that what we're talking about here?
Could be.
I mean, I
Does
delivered
it look
chickens.
like there's part of the tracks that are deeper than other parts of the track?
So that's fair, Jocko. You can make another roll since you delivered chickens.
No, 29. I've only got 10 in it. So.
Yeah, this looks more like a turkey.
Let's not talk turkeys.
Jocko, do you ever move like bootleg animals? Do you smuggle animals?
What do you mean by boot? No, it's all above board produce. To
Okay.
You ain't been working for the Tiger King, have you?
So
Yeah,
anyway,
we're
Biff and Marcia also look, and they're both like, I don't know, looks like a bird to me. It's a big eagle or a big owl
Yeah.
or a big something.
you could even say a big bird.
And
A big bird.
and Marcia says, is it possible his feet may be swelled up? Does that happen to animals? And Biff looks at her
I don't think so.
and just looks away. He's so glad that you said that, Dane.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
I once knew a
Daylight's a
chicken
waste.
with gout, but I think that's a different. We should let's move on.
Fair.
All right, daylight's burning. What's the Marine's name? Walt.
Yeah,
Walt,
he's watching you from the flap of the curtains.
hold down the fort. Keep the home fires burning. We'll be back.
Keep an
He
eye
said-
out for any weird birds.
He says, "Y'all be careful out there. I got this under control."
What we're going to do is line up the wreckage towards the light. That way we can try to keep a straight line, and if we get a little turned around,
That's fair.
Yeah, I like that.
and draw ourselves out in a little bit of a line.
Okay.
Dig it.
So that's a good plan. Yeah, you can make the walk. You begin making the walk. You get to the tree line, and begin moving through the wooded area toward the mountain. You will find it's lightly wooded, but it's getting thicker as you're getting towards the mountain. And the walk will take you the better part of an hour before you are out of sight of the plane completely. You can begin to see the red light now that you've gotten closer.
Before we,
Yeah.
one thing though, does anybody got a way to start a fire amongst us?
Well, in the worst case scenario, I got a flare gun.
Beautiful.
Yeah, no.
I've heard that those can start fires.
Biff, you got a lighter on you?
I'm not much of a smoker.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really carry a lighter.
Neither am I.
Well,
All right.
At least we got the flare gun. We get,
True.
Marcia says, I have a nail file. It is
Well,
metal. Could you start a fire with that?
that's
really.
possible. Maybe if we find some flint.
You never know. It may
Okay.
come in handy still, Marcia.
Thank you. I will hold on until then. So y'all continue moving along, and you come to an area. I need to know who's kind of at the point here. Who's the first person or person walking in the group?
How
Definitely
deep is
Biff.
it?
The snow is about 8 inches deep right now. So
I imagine Scraps and Jocko are leading us. And I'm in right behind them.
Okay.
Yep.
So there is a sign up posted to a tree. It looks like it has been shot many times with shotguns and other weapons. So the bottom half of the sign is just a ragged edge that has been literally shot away. The top part of the sign has an exclamation point and a bunch of French writing. So does anybody have French as a language?
Oh hell no!
No.
I barely speak English.
For
Okay.
about
Okay. Neither Biff nor Marcia has it either.
Jeez. Well, I hope this
Yeah.
doesn't turn into some sort of Canadian deliverance.
Oh, hey, Dane, can you take a picture of that just in case?
Oh, what? Wait, does my cell phone have any service? No.
Your cell
Okay.
phone your cell phone registers as having service, but what you're getting on it is not normal. It's again
Okay,
like,
it's-
it's like static.
Yeah, it's in that weird static thing. Okay, yeah, I'll just take a picture of it.
Okay, you can do that. So we're gonna proceed along this path, or what are you gonna
Yeah.
do?
I think we
Well-
have no choice. That's the way that the light is, right?
Before
It
we
is.
keep moving, can we look around and see if there's anything else
Sure.
around here
That's
Sure,
that
make a spot
indicates
hidden.
danger?
So Dane stops and starts looking. Make a spot hidden, and anybody else who wants to look may also.
I will as well.
No.
I'm
Oh,
looking
mistake.
for one for. I'm looking for a good success, like half of your number.
I
No.
got a 28 out of 60.
That's
Nice.
the money. Jocko, as you look around, you notice there's some weird lumps in the snow. roughly the size of a dinner plate. There's 3 or 4 of them clustered not directly around this sign, but in the proximity to it.
Roughly the size of dinner plates.
Yeah.
Huh. You all see that?
But what
I
are you
point, I
talking
point
about?
those out. I
Huh.
point them out.
Should we see what's under there?
Did
Well-
the sign look like it was like exclamation mark? Did it have exclamation marks? That's a universal symbol. Did it have like a red explosion type of thing around the?
No, it did not.
What color was the sign?
It was a white sign with a red exclamation point and black text.
Okay. So, like maybe a trespassing warning.
Well-
Maybe.
Well, how is this a packable snow for like a snowball, or is it the kind of dry, blowy kind?
Sure, it's packable snow.
Oh, what the hell! I'll pack up a good sized snowball and just throw it one different.
Whoa! But get behind a tree just in case. Just in case.
Okay, go right ahead.
Okay, so are you going to get behind the tree too, Scraps, or are you going to be close to it so you make sure you hit it?
I'm gonna make sure I hit it.
Okay. Make me a throw roll. You are at advantage.
Scraps is going for full cyborg.
What the hell? He is not the smartest cookie. I just make it.
Perfect.
Um,
Your snowball hits one of the lumps in the snow, and the snow kind of goes and puffs up. You're not sure what happened under it, but you definitely heard something make a metallic clanking noise. And then the snow was tossed up by the motion.
Wait a second.
Was that a bear trap?
I was going to ask that. Is it? I've seen some traps.
Yeah, I was thinking the
My
same
time.
thing.
It absolutely could be a bear trap or a smaller.
I'm also
version of
gonna
thing.
toss a snowball.
Okay. You toss it at the same one or a different one?
A different one. I'm gonna like pack
Okay.
it up.
Make your throw.
I did not make it.
All right.
I am not a
Biff-
sport gay. Sorry, everyone.
Biff comes past you with a branch in his hand and pokes at it, and it and tosses some snow up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was about to say, whoever's taking point needs to get a stick.
He kind of pulls the stick up, and you see there's a bear trap hanging from the stick with a chain going down into the snow. And he looks at you and says, I think this is a bear trap.
I think you're right, Biff.
Do they make
I
smaller
agree.
versions of this? It's definitely not like a fox trap.
Do you mind? Let's take it with. Let's take that one with.
Who the hell hunts bear? He says.
Canadians.
Those are some tough people.
Oh wait,
Actually-
hold on. Oh wait, yeah, Nova Scotia.
Oh no! Hey, bear meat's pretty gamey, but it's tasty.
Fair.
I like that Scraps would be gesturing at the bear trap, but like obviously like missing a finger, be like, "Oh no, bears are great!" Just like, you know, like the whole time, just be like, "Oh, bears are delicious."
No,
Really
I
nice bear."
point down with the missing leg.
Perfect.
Avoid the bear traps. That's some good education right there.
Well, now we know what to look for.
I handle bear traps all the time. What are you talking about?
Right, exactly.
They're perfectly safe.
So anyway, yeah, y'all can avoid the bear trap. There's one remaining that has not been sprung, and but y'all can just simply step around it since you know where it is, and continue
Actually,
on.
I feel bad for the poor bear. I throw another snowball at the last one.
Okay, you can certainly throw
Yeah,
snowballs until it springs.
Yeah.
So you continue along. It'll be about another hour, and as you're moving along through the forest, it's really quiet. You do not hear much of anything. Really, really silent with all the snowfall. It suppresses the noise, and you see the mountain range coming up closer as you're moving towards it, and you can definitely see what appears to be a radio antenna of some sort jutting up off the mountain with the light on it.
Well, that's good. We can still see it.
You can.
Do we
And
see any clouds, like a storm rolling in?
That's a great question.
Just to make sure we can continue to see things.
You see some in the distance
Okay.
that could be coming this direction.
All right. Well, we best hoof it.
So you hoof it to the, I assume, the base of the radio antenna to see what's there. Okay. And what you find is kind of what you would expect. It's one of these concrete cube buildings with the antenna like built right next to it, set in concrete footings. And the building says Telecom Canada, and it has stenciled on the iron door that is the only way in or out. It just says 12B.
Should we knock on the door?
don't think it's-
Hold on. Do you see any tracks outside? Footfalls and that sort of thing.
Vehicles, snowmobiles.
You do
Yeah.
not see anything outside of here except the ones y'all brought with you.
The door locked.
It is not locked. It is shut, but it is not locked.
That's unusual.
I'm gonna give it just a light knock. You never know.
Okay.
It's only
Uh,
Could
good.
I?
You knock lightly and you get no response.
Let's open her up.
Okay.
Might as well peek our heads in.
All right. So what you see inside is basically an empty 15 by 15 concrete room. It looks like at one time there was a lot of relays and other equipment in here of an electrical nature. But now it's basically just a bunch of scrap. If you look around, you can find several things on the floor, like pushed into the corners and stuff. And here's what you find. 3 roadside flares, a beaten up, kind of rolled up 10 by 15 tarp, a pair of needle nose pliers, a work order crumpled up that indicates the equipment was removed from this station about 2 years ago and moved to a new station, 13F, which is approximately 17 miles southwest of here. There is a spool with 34 feet of RS-232 cable on it, which I think is the stuff that they use for cable televisions, cable television. A fifth of a bottle of rum, half full. An axe handle with no blade. Small bits of copper wire about an inch long. There are hundreds of those scattered throughout this room. An old rusty carpenter's hammer and a box with 31 rusty nails. And a map on the back end of the on the back side of the work order, which is a map of the area. It is slide number 9 in your production deck. And it basically just shows where this station is and where the other station is and what the topography is between here and there.
That is
That looks like a long ways off.
17 miles and no food.
There is a river. The big black line is a river. You can see the mountains based on their shape, and then there's some heavy forest in between the two mountain ranges, as well as heavy forest where you crashed, although you did hit a open spot in that forest.
All right. So this is continuing in the opposite direction of where we come from.
That is correct.
Do there seem to be any like service radios or I mean, I assume the tower is not functioning, but hurt to check that too, I guess.
Well, the light's
Well,
still
there's-
going. Still power.
Yeah.
True.
Let me consult. Omega Control, what was the answer from the poll last week? Okay.
If it's all right with everyone, I'm going to
There
take
is-
a few
there
of
is
these.
One more. I'm sorry, Tom. There is one more thing in here that was my audience dictate, there is in fact a small camp stove in here
Nice.
that is on wheels. It's like one of those Coleman stoves, but it's probably about 3 foot wide, and it's probably about 3 foot high, and it's got a propane container in it. It looks like maybe the work crew was using it to make food for a while and then just left it behind because it's kind of beat up.
Well, I have a suggestion about that.
Shoot, Scraps.
Well, all we need is the burner and the hose to the canister without taking the whole damn thing with us.
I was thinking the
Give me a
same
little
thing.
bit of time with those pliers and that hammer. I could knock something loose and take it with us. What do you think of that?
What do you
Love
mean?
that plan.
Yeah.
When you say knock something loose?
Well, I'm talking about knock the burner out and hose and that sort of thing. Hell, all I got is pliers and a hammer. So
It's true.
Marcia looks at you, Scraps, and says, "You are a very handy man."
If I may,
yeah,
can I borrow that hammer real quick? Does anyone mind if I use some of the refuse supplies around?
For what, Tom?
Well, so basically, I'm thinking about taking a handful of these rusty nails, driving them through one end of this axe handle, with the hammer there, and in case we run across, I don't know, say a giant bird, hypothetically,
Biff looks at you and says, "Bear."
or bear.
Or bear.
No, he says, "There's a bear outside," and he closes the door.
Oh,
So you need to be very quiet.
That's good timing, Biff. Good timing.
bravo, Biff. Bravo.
He
Okay.
puts his back against the door and looks at Dane, Scraps, and Jocko and says, "Might be able to use some help here. It's a big bear."
Well,
Okay,
I find it best.
I'm
in
gonna go
life-
help him keep the door.
Yeah, he literally
Secure.
just sits down with his back to it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was gonna say.
it latches. Yes, the door latches.
That's a great question. This is one of those. I'll let you make a luck roll, Jocko.
Oh no.
I
Well,
will have to admit, I'm debating on abandoning the axe handle thing and just using it to like barricade the door and like nail it to the door as like an extra.
62.
You make it. Yes, there is a latch on this side, but it's not a lot, right? It's like a quarter inch to half inch of metal on a tiny screw that you put down. So you think if you were on the outside of this trying to get in and you really wanted to, it would only be a matter of time before you got in.
It's
Well-
a deterrent, not a lock.
Yes.
Got
I
it.
mean, was it a turn handle outside or one of these
It was just
handicap playing?
it was just a handle because it was not locked or latched from the outside. It was just pushed closed.
Yeah, well,
I'm going to assume that this is the only way in or out of this room.
You are
Well, look-
correct.
no,
Not
Except
only
maybe
good
some
assumption,
windows.
no
Except
windows.
maybe a
on.
couple of well, there has to be some light in here unless there's a switch.
There is no light in there. You are currently
hell.
in the dark.
Okay, so it's like pitch dark with the door closed.
Yes, it is.
Okay, then I'm gonna turn on like my phone flashlight.
Alrighty.
Is there a switch?
There is no. Well, there is a switch, but it has nothing attached to it anymore.
The light that we saw, the red light, is that? Do we see a cable coming into the building that would
No, you
be
do
keeping
not.
that on? Okay,
No, you do not.
right,
It'll probably turn out to be some sort of solar.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dane, your
Naturally.
phone's at 65% now.
Oh, we're gonna die. All right.
Did
Well,
you
what?
finish, Did you finish, Tom, making your thing, or are you gonna? Because that'd be kind of noisy. So I don't know if you finished it or if you held off.
No, I would probably have held off once it was sort of. There's a bear outside. We should be quiet. I was probably like, just like,
Let's maybe wait. Let's maybe hey, we still got that trap.
Oh,
Yep.
we brought one, didn't we?
I asked Biff.
Now,
Yeah.
Oh,
now the other option we got is just make as much noise as possible and try to scare the sucker off.
We'll either scare it off or let it be on its way. If it's trying to hunt something,
I do like the idea of like plan B set up a series of Home Alone style traps for a bear, but I mean, if
In
we
your
could,
15-foot house.
yeah, exactly, yeah, just 2 paint cans, and then we heat up the doorknob, and then
What?
like we use the
Honest-
propane tank to heat the rather than. I think if we could just let it be on its way and try not to garner interest,
Let's just
probably
just
for
be,
the
I
best.
feel like it'll pass through pretty fast.
let's just be quiet for a bit. Yeah.
It does look kind of like Joe Pesci, maybe.
Oh, well, yeah, it's. I mean, I like the idea of an all bear-based wet bandits. That's cool. He's still got the gold tooth, which is real weird, but that's fine.
One gold
So-
thing.
Yeah, just the one gold tooth.
While y'all are sitting there, are you turning off the light, Dane, or are you going to continue to run down your charge?
Yeah, if Scraps is waiting to do the propane thing, I'll turn it off.
Okay.
Let's
So
just-
y'all
I'm gonna-
sit in the dark.
We'll listen to the door, see if we can hear it.
Okay. Alrighty, that's a great choice. Make me a hear noise, Jocko. And you are at advantage.
Hear noise. All right, let's see what we got. We got a 92 and a 13.
Really good spread. So your 13, you can hear it sniffing around the door. Even though it's an iron door, you can hear it. And it scratches at it a little bit of.
No Lunchables in here. Perfectly just an empty building.
Shut up, Tom!
Biff looks at Tom and goes, so anyway, y'all sit in there quietly
Yeah.
for a while. You begin to kind of lose track of time because it's definitely longer than you want it to be. Probably not as long as you think it is. But every time you think something's going right, you can hear it out there still padding around, scratching at the concrete, scratching at the door. For a while, it sounds like it's trying to maybe tunnel under the door, like it doesn't understand there's a floor there. Dane, you fire up your phone just to see what time it is. You've been here for 3.5 hours waiting for this thing. And it's gone real quiet. Jocko, you want to take another look outside?
Not particularly.
Somebody else want to look?
Oh, can
Take
we
a look.
listen for it first?
Yeah.
You can make a listen roll. Both Dane and Jocko are at advantage on this.
A good call. A wise call.
11 and 69.
Nice.
I got a 20 out of 40.
Nice. So you can hear it. It doesn't sound like it's right near the door at this point, but it's still close enough that you can hear it. And it's got that low guttural.
Oh, well, shit, guys. All right, so we might be spending the night here.
Well, what you could do is I could just open this bear trap. We could open the door just enough to slide it out and then shut the door real quick.
I was thinking something similar, honestly.
Dane, did you make your hear noise?
Yes, I heard.
Okay.
I got 20 out of 40.
Okay, cool. So y'all, is that what y'all are going to do, or are you going to wait a while?
Well, we can either spend the night here or go Wile E. Coyote on his ass. So,
I
what
vote
are we
for
doing?
putting out the trap, and then Scraps can start working on disconnecting the propane, because it will be drawn towards us, and then it will be immediately deterred from us.
I mean, yeah, that's not a half bad idea. I mean, to be fair, I keep gesturing at the 2 people we don't really know too well and just going, bait? No.
No, Tom, no.
No,
People
not
are
yet.
not bait.
No, of course they're not. Why? I would never.
Well, Biff is holding the door shut right now.
Yeah.
And Marcia has offered several good ideas that are meaningless in the context of what's going on here,
Yeah.
but are good nonetheless.
Oh, yeah.
We appreciate her input.
Agreed. But also,
No, Tom.
So is somebody putting the trap out? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Scraps.
What I'm gonna do is once we set it, I'm gonna use my crutch to slide it so that it ain't nowhere near my hand when I slide it out the door.
Okay.
I do have 2 ski poles that I found in the wreckage, which I would imagine I took with me for our walk.
I was
Okay.
gonna say,
So, Scraps, Biff opens the door just a little bit.
Well, it's got to be about that wide.
Yeah, just so that you can. He's literally is trying to figure out how wide he has to open it. And are you standing around the door? Or are you standing in direct view so that you can see what's out there as you're getting ready to do your push?
I'm not in full view. I'm kind of leaning, so there's just
Okay.
you know,
Okay.
just
So
more
Biff
just
gets-
like a head and an arm instead of the whole body here.
Okay. So Biff gets the door wide enough open that you can push your thing out. Are you going to look as you're pushing it?
Yeah, I'll take a peek.
Okay. You see the bear right there. And as you begin pushing it, it goes, and it puts its nose and its head into the door. And Biff says, oh, shit.
I just
Help me push the door.
I just shoved
closed.
I shoved the trap through the door before he if I can.
Make me a dexterity roll.
All right.
Dane, are you helping push the door closed?
Yeah, I'll help push it closed as soon as he's.
I'll help
Jocko?
as well. Yeah, I'm
Right.
helping.
Okay. Alrighty, everybody make me a strength roll.
All
Oh,
right.
boy.
then.
For Scraps, who's making
Yep.
a different roll.
I made it's a 31, so it's just a normal roll, not a good result.
Okay.
I got a normal success.
I got a
Okay.
99. So
Oh,
it's not
you
Jocko pushes hard and pushes Dane over by mistake in the,
Oh.
in the
Oh,
rush
shit.
in the rush of emotions and fear that a bear attack conjures.
Oh,
Biff
pull,
manages
pull,
to
not
get
push.
Biff
That's
manages
okay,
to get it
Jocko. That's fine.
mostly closed with his roll. And outside, you hear the bears, and then you can hear the bear trap go off, and it really gets angry. It's like,
Sorry, feller.
Sorry, Yogi.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Phil.
and so Jocko and Dane are very close to the door. So I'm going to give both of you a hear noise roll for what's about to happen.
This may
I
not
did
have
not
been
make it.
What'd you get, Jocko?
5-2.
Very good. So, Dane, you don't hear this probably because you were hitting the floor as things were happening. Oh, Jocko, you missed. You want to spend 7 to hear this?
Sure.
You don't have to. I'm just offering.
It might come in.
You know what? I'm going to spend my 6 luck points. I only missed mine by 6, so.
Okay. All right. Dane spends. All righty. So, Dane, what you hear is the creature, the bear going in obvious pain. And then you hear, and the bear's growling and cries stop.
Oh,
And then you
no.
hear,
Oh no, guys! I don't think it think it was a bird earlier. It wasn't a bird. Okay, great. It wasn't a bird, guys. I'm pretty sure that was a giant bug.
Yeah. What? You okay, Dane?
I
What are you
heard-
talking about?
I heard
Bug.
a buzzing.
It is the
And-
middle of winter. There ain't no bugs.
Oh, hell,
There's
not
something
these
that's
things.
buzzing like a bug, and the bear's not making any noise anymore, guys.
it is very quiet. Marcia leans in.
Let's close the door. Let's close the door and lock
Very
it.
quiet.
Let's peek out.
Yeah.
I immediately push the door shut.
You see, oh, you push the door shut?
Yes.
Let's
What?
He
let
said
let-
it, and I said no.
you heard it fly away, did you not? Or
I heard buzzing.
So, Jocko, are you trying to lean out the door to look, even though Dane is pushing it shut?
we'll give it a minute. We'll give it a minute, and then we'll open it up. We need to see what's going on out there. We've been here for 3 hours.
Close to 4 at this point.
I mean, we ain't got much light left.
I'll give it a
We
minute,
look-
and then I'll take another listen, and then I'll open the door.
Real quiet out there.
All right, I'm gonna.
You open up, and what you see is about 20 feet away from the door, out in the snow. The snow is spattered with red, and you see what appears to be a bear that has been cut from here down to here. So the two parts are laying close to each other, but they are both laying in the snow.
I go over, pick up the hammer, and hand it to Tom. You better get
Okay.
working.
Biff says, "What'd you see? What's out there?"
Something got the bear.
Oh,
I've
that's
seen-
lucky.
I don't know if it is.
All right.
Think about what you just said, Tom, or Biff.
He thinks about it for a second. He goes, "Oh, maybe not."
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna look out. I pull out that knife I found in the luggage, and I'm gonna kind of look around. Do I see anything up in the air?
The only thing you see is the trees and the antenna. There's nothing moving in the air.
How much light does it look like we got left here?
You probably got about maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Well,
I think we might be spending the night here.
I
It
was
took you
about to
about 2 to
say.
get up here, so you
Yeah.
you can get back. It's in the realm of reason that you could get back in time.
Yeah, but if we want to continue, away from our wreck, right? Tomorrow, is that the map? That's what the map's saying.
Yeah.
So
Well,
Did
the
we
map-
decide that there are no like maintenance radios or anything
There is no radio
in
here.
here? Okay.
looks like they moved everything to the other tower, which is the opposite way from the wreck.
Well, so the wreck is actually between you and the tower. If you look at that map,
Oh, okay.
the little open forested spot to the right of the tower name is where the wreck occurred.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
You basically need
so-
to backtrack.
Well, then let's get going.
Well, then, yeah, we could go back and then follow that river down.
So are you
That'd be
taking? What are you taking with you? I gave you a long list of stuff.
I think we need to take it all. Just distribute it amongst everybody.
Yeah.
Here you go,
But-
Maria.
The
Look pretty
small
strong.
stuff and the tarp,
Okay.
I'm just gonna like wrap up and put in my backpack.
Okay.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
Maria
say,
will take the tarp. She puts it over her shoulder.
All right. How
Thanks,
long will it
Maria.
take? To,
I'm
I'm
Yeah.
gonna grab a fistful of the loose copper wire, and then I am gonna actually take that axe handle and hammer some nails into it.
Okay. You gonna do that now, or are you gonna do that while you're walking?
I'll probably bring the stuff back to
Well-
camp with me and probably just do it overnight. But that's
To be fair,
That's
I don't
correct.
think we're going to be able to get the whole grill out of here, so I'm going to have to disassemble it partially.
oh yeah.
So you could probably be working on that your little club.
Yeah,
out.
I
we'll
think we
trade
can
the hammer
spare
back
another.
and forth.
Yeah.
We'll
20
share
minutes.
some jokes, make some light
Because-
grill-based puns.
Yeah. So, well, hell, there might be some something to eat off that bear if we want to risk it.
I don't
There is
see
Honestly-
that.
definitely bear meat there.
I was gonna say I like the idea of I've got. I mean, really, we've got a spare pair of needle nose. Otherwise, I've got a Leatherman. But I mean, we can honestly drag some supplies back in that tarp. We can
True.
bring back
Yeah.
some food for some people.
And we got a grill.
I think
It's
it
true.
sounds. I mean, honestly, yeah,
Okay.
heroes of the day at that rate. So yeah, let's see what we can hack job off this bear and
So
Drag
This
what
we're
we
feels
can
going,
back.
dangerous. Y'all, this feels dangerous.
so we've got a Bear Grylls joke somewhere in here.
Oh,
Oh
oh.
my
oh
gosh.
scraps! Now you're cooking with gas. I love it.
There we go. All right, so that's what we plan on doing here. You harvest a little
Okay.
bit of this bear meat.
Are you going to try to cook it up, or are you just taking it with you?
We're just gonna take it
with
with.
us.
Yeah,
It's
we're just
cold,
gonna
it'll
drag
stay.
some.
Okay. So, Tom, you nail your nails into the axe handle and create your medieval morning star thing. I think it's a morning star when it's that configuration, but I'm
I
not
was gonna
sure.
say yeah. It's,
Yeah, I'm pretty
yeah.
sure.
I do, you know the sort of the backwoods flail, if you will. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Like yeah.
Scraps, I need you to make me a mechanical repair roll. This is a qualitative roll, not a pass-fail. I'm just trying to
Okay.
figure out how easily you take the grill apart.
Okay. I was going to use my metalworking
Sure.
instead. That's a 35
Out of.
So- out of 50.
Okay. Yeah, you take it
It's-
apart pretty quickly. Doesn't take you
So
more than half an
basically,
hour.
I'm getting the striker, the hose, the burner, the gas.
Okay, fair enough. And distribute the. Who's going to be carrying the gas?
It's probably
carry
best if I do not.
I'll take the whole grill mechanism. I mean, is it a giant canister or one of the little small ones?
No, it's a big one.
Oh,
You can. That
I'll
would
give
fit
it
in
the-
my backpack. I can
Is
put
this-
it in my backpack.
I'll let Biff haul it. He's a big
Okay.
boy.
He'll carry it.
Yeah.
Sure.
He's a cross country. Yeah.
All right. He carries it without any question or concern or complaint.
I like that Scraps can disassemble a found, grill with the same expertise that like a 5-star chef can debone a fish. Like I just love the idea of just like looking at it and it's just done before. It's like magic. It's like that's incredible. I love that.
It's all shinier than when he got there.
How's it cleaner?
It looks newer. It's better. He's made a better.
Oh
grill
hell,
out
it's
of-
just all this extra stuff in here. It's all for show, just to make it cost more.
to make it cost more.
Alrighty, so y'all begin heading back, and you're about an hour into your journey, and Maria leans over and is chatting with Biff very quietly, and she looks like she is in some distress. Like
You all right?
she's holding her stomach. She says, "My stomach hurt. I do not know why."
Did you?
Biff says she probably ate something bad. I mean, obviously the food this morning wasn't that great, so
Honey roasted.
she's lactose intolerant. That's probably what it is.
Mm.
Probably some dairy in some of it.
I'm gonna. Maria, do you mind if I touch her on your stomach a little bit?
I are you a doctor?
Just to see if you feel physical pain or if it's coming from within you.
Sure, yeah, yes.
So I'm just gonna lightly help. Does she seem to respond to touch
Mhm.
is pain?
She's a little tender down in her bowels area.
Oh hell!
Fit when you press on it.
Yeah. She says she feels like she has. I feel like I have great gas.
I was gonna say like
Do you think you need to
hopefully,
go to the bathroom?
I don't feel the need. No.
Okay, well, let's just keep on moving. Tell us if it gets worse.
Yeah, let us
I'm
know
okay.
if it
We
feels
keep
any
going.
worse or anything.
Yes, we keep going. We'll be okay. Biff says that's a girl.
I like it.
Oh.
Good. Well, thanks for toughening it out, and do let us know if it gets any worse. If there's any change, if you need us to stop, even it's fine. I'm sure I could probably take the opportunity
Hey,
myself.
if you gotta go, you gotta go. So,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If
Sometimes
you're
it's
not-
crazy.
Hard
yes.
taught me anything.
we're all friends here, Maria. No, nobody's gonna judge you.
I will let you know. Yes. So you move along, you're about 15, 20 minutes further, and you smell something bad.
Oh no,
Ahead of
Maria. Oh, Maria.
No, ahead of you.
Oh,
Not Maria.
ahead of us. What kind of bad? Like
Yeah. What kind of
rotten
bad?
meat?
It smells like animal droppings of some sort. Moving forward, Jocko, have you done any hunting or anything?
No, Jocko is strictly produce mover.
Dane?
Livestock mover.
Okay, Dane, hunting?
I have very light natural world and tracking skills. I was an investigative reporter before a paranormal investigator, so
I did hunt a federal agent. Just the one time.
Scraps, you got any hunting or anything?
Oh
like
yeah, hell yeah.
So,
I've done quite a bit
Scraps.
while living in Kentucky.
that? Okay. Well,
In West Virginia.
make me your natural world rolls, all three of you. Tom,
Oh,
Oh, come on.
the
Like-
smell.
A man
like
can
the
barely
velvet
hunt for a
room.
bargain, let
It
alone.
smells like the velvet room at the
nope.
Paducah, Kentucky Mirage.
Yep. Which,
Yep.
oddly enough, is not even in my bottom 3 worst smelling places, but you know, like it's. I mean, makes the
Taco,
top
you
10
make
list
it?
for sure, but not the top 3.
46 out of 10. No.
Okay. Dane,
54 out of 15.
Scraps.
11 out of 30.
Wow.
Woo!
Nice.
This definitely is some form of animal droppings. You get to it, you can see it. You're going to look at it carefully.
Well, yeah.
Okay. You look at it carefully, and it's not like droppings you've ever seen. Like you're used to deer and other animals out here in the woods. And there's one thing that really sends a chill as you're looking it over, maybe poking at it with a stick. The first thing that sends a chill is there's something in it that's still moving.
Oh hell! I'll back up just a half step there.
Okay. It looks kind of like a maggot with a lamprey's mouth. So it's about yay long.
Okay, yeah, I've seen my fair share of intestinal parasites, and I kind of wave people back, and I'm kind of getting away from it.
Okay.
It's like, I don't know what this thing had in it, but I'm sure as hell don't want any of us have with that.
What do you mean? What are you seeing there, Scott?
What does it
I
look like?
see this thing had something in its tummy. It's some sort of parasite that it crapped out.
Oh yeah.
What
like
the
like
hell?
A worm?
And
I
yeah, but
kinda
it's,
look
but
over
this
towards
thing's
Maria.
got teeth. It's not a tapeworm. This thing's
I
got
would
teeth.
like to reach into my bag and pull out my bug cup.
Okay. Alrighty. You got your
For
bug cup out.
comparison.
This is the best game. I just had to get that out there.
You've got your bug cup out.
Dane, what the hell is that?
I caught this in the plane because what the hell's a bug doing in a plane restroom?
Hey, Biff, Maria, did you see those bugs in the plane?
Biff says, I didn't see any bugs in the plane. Maria, it's just, I don't use bathrooms on planes. They're dirty places.
That's a good policy.
This is what it looks like, and I hold the bug cup up to them.
She goes, get that away from me. That is gross.
Yeah,
I'm with
Maria.
Biff
It's
I'm-
gross.
I'm with Maria on this one, Dane.
Yeah,
It's not even a bug. It's just a husk, Biff says.
You're right about that.
I would like to compare the shape of that husk to.
Okay. You
What we
going to
can
get
see in
down
this
close to look at it, or are you going to just compare it from a distance?
I mean, I'm gonna get like kind of close. I'm not gonna touch it.
Okay.
But
All
I'm
right.
gonna get like maybe, crouch down like maybe like a foot away. So I'm closer than standing.
Okay. So you crouch down, you look at it real close.
Watch out. I don't like this at all, Dane. Watch your face.
The husk does not in any way conform to the shape of the bug of the thing in the poo of the droppings. And the thing in the droppings seems to have taken notice of you, and it's like slithering through, and it kind of points its face up towards you. It doesn't really have eyes, but its whole aperture of its face goes, and something wet comes out of it and attempts to strike you.
I told you, Dane. I told you, Dane.
And you have a grayish yellow blob of stuff on your neck right about here.
I wipe it off with my shirt.
Okay.
I pull up my little plastic and I cover this bug with my
Okay. Are you taking this one too?
I'm gonna seal it up. This one I'm not gonna put away. I'm gonna keep this one in the cup where I can see it.
Okay, fair.
So if it starts to mess with the plastic around it, then I can at least throw it away from me.
Okay. Scrap spot hidden.
What the hell is that, Dane? Let's make good decisions for Christ's sake. What are you
It's for
doing?
the investigative
What'd you
nature,
a
Jocko.
9.
Nice. So
That is an excellent.
Scraps, I don't know if you're going to mention this or not, so I'm going to send it to you in chat
Oh,
real quick.
that's always a good sign right there.
Yeah.
No, just
Yeah.
Alrighty.
this crazy,
There you go.
this crazy
That's
bug.
what you see.
Oh.
She's got a bug. She's got a worm thing in a cup, and that's what you see, Scraps. What are you going to do with it, Dane?
Is the bug doing anything in this cup?
The bug cup, the original bug cup.
Secondary
Or
bug.
well, the
New bug.
the one that I have captured,
Oh, the worm cup. Let's call
Yeah.
it the worm cup.
the worm
How
cup?
are you sealing it off? Yeah, are you sealing it with your hand on the bottom, or what do you have to seal it off with?
Good decisions, Dane. Let's make some good.
Oh, I was covering. I had put like little just like napkin or whatever over my bug cup, and when I noticed it was I like shook it out and just it's the same cup.
Okay.
So it's like
Okay.
a napkin.
Alrighty.
On it.
So yeah, you have the napkin, and it is moving around very slowly inside the cup. It does not look like it moves fast, and it looks, I guess, kind of confused by its environment right now. But it does not. It's not making any hostile action. It does come up to the side of the cup and kind of puts its little lamprey-like mouth up on the side where you can see it. Like
Oh,
it's trying
come
to touch
on.
the side of the
Oh,
thing.
come on. That's disgusting.
Hey, Tom, I got a question.
David, in a question that I hope to never ask in my adult life, just out of curiosity, just when it comes to understanding this bug slightly better, is the here we go. Is the excrement still warm?
Yeah, is it steamy or anything?
It's not steamy.
Okay.
You want to? Somebody want to test it out?
Hey,
Well, it's yeah. I mean, I don't wanna, but but part of me is like, maybe if we could subdue this bug by packing snow into the cup, if being cold would slow this thing down, if it was using the poo for warmth.
That's
But-
a great
Novel
idea.
idea.
So unfortunately, I'm gonna like go for the finger, and then I'm gonna think better of it and adjust to the pinky, like just a little.
hey, Tom, just a little bit to your left there. That looks like a gold tooth in that poo.
He's right.
Oh,
Doesn't that look like a gold tooth right there?
yeah.
Oh, what the
I
hell?
don't love that. I don't love that bit of information.
And again, the sad part though is knowing Tom. Like Tom would be like, "I think it is." Would grab the gold tooth, clean it off in the snow, put it in a pocket, and still go to test the poop. like I mean, that's what I mean. Tom is not gonna leave free gold lying around.
Next week on Pawn Stars.
yeah. I don't know how to tell you this, son, but this gold tooth is shit.
While Tom is poking at the poop, I'm just gonna go ahead and just start packing snow in there with the worm.
You're not waiting for me to find out.
So
I'm not
you
gonna
pack,
wait for him to touch it and find out.
you pack snow into the cup, and it will definitely slow that thing down. It might even put it to sleep or kill it. Who knows?
Hey, at this
Tom,
point,
were you-
Yeah, so
were you
I'm
gonna
like
throw-
basically gonna encase it in snow.
Yeah, I
America
get you.
style.
I know what you're talking about. You're literally packing it full of snow.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
So-
I'm gonna get
great.
as close to touching it as you can get without touching it before I realize that snow is already being packed in the cup and realize I don't actually have to touch it.
But just to clarify, you did in fact grab the poop tooth.
Oh, 100% grab
yeah.
the tooth.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
you touched it, but not to find out about the temperature.
But that never enters into Tom's brain. He never once
Yeah.
considers that it was just in poop. He just goes, "Oh, tooth, neat," and then like cleans it off in some snow and puts it in his pocket, and then is still worried about touching the poop. Like it's like just never occurs to him that would even be a thing if money's involved.
Perfect.
Yep.
All right.
All right. We done with
yeah.
the shit shenanigans? What?
Yeah, you guys, it's just a really weird bug. You guys
That is
like,
weird. Yep.
and I heard that bug earlier. It's just weird, guys.
Yeah.
We got
They're just
two
gonna
weird.
talk the whole way back about how weird this bug is. They are very concerned about the weird bug.
Yeah.
Great
Jocko's. I'm gonna go ahead and draw the flare gun, and just at this point he's a little on edge. I'm a little.
I'm
bit, we'll start looking around.
actually, that's a good idea. I'm gonna pull out one of them road flares and just kind of keep it tucked handy.
Okay.
That's a good call there about the.
Let's double time it back to the plane, eh?
Yeah.
It's weird.
Alrighty. So you continue moving on, leaving the pile of waste behind you.
I was
And
hungry.
You you're about probably about a mile from the site based on how long it's taken you to walk. It's getting dark. You do hear in the way distance, like so far away you can't really even tell which way it's coming from because of the mountains reflecting the sound. What sounds like a helicopter, like you're, but it's pretty far away.
Do you want to shoot one of them flares up there?
I mean, if we can hear it, it's close enough, right, to see a flare, I would imagine.
I would think so.
So yeah, I'll shoot one of the flares. That makes sense to me. If we can hear a helicopter and we're a mile away from the plane, that makes sense to me.
Okay. You fire off a flare. Please note that you have used one of the flares.
Yep. One flare down.
And you're going to continue moving as you're waiting, or are you going to wait without motion?
I mean, I think it can get further than we can. You know, it moves quicker, so I say we keep moving. And if we see it or hear it coming down, or if we hear it louder, then we can always stop.
Okay.
Well, I can get one of these road flares and start, waving it if we start hearing it. It's just-
If
So
we
you're
hear it.
still, you're still at a point where you're in some heavy forest, so it would be hard. And in fact, just finding a place to shoot the flare off probably was challenging, though you could have done it.
At the very least, they'll know where something's going on around here if they're a rescue operation.
Fair. So you make about another half mile, and you can hear the sound of multiple helicopters, like moving past your position and over you,
Towards our plane?
towards the plane. Yeah. And probably 3 or 4 copters. Hard to tell for sure, but
Can we see them?
looking up through the canopy, you really can't. You might be able to see a flashing light here or there because they do have their running lights on, but
So they're
by
not.
and large, you won't be able to get a good look at them.
All right. Well,
Well, at least they're not
You
running
guys-
dark.
see those lights?
Well, it is getting dark. It's almost there.
Right. But they're not running dark, as in a black
yes,
op.
No.
that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, good point.
Fair.
Good.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep moving.
Yeah, I'll skip back. I wonder if anyone else can know about this. Weird bug.
Dan, you feeling okay? How's your neck?
You can't see it
Yeah.
in there, Dane. It's burrowed into it. It is either gone or burrowed into the snow where you can't see it.
Oh no, guys, I can't see the bug. Guys, I can't see it.
It's
I
in the
don't
snow.
like
You're holding it up over your head, and it's sealed with what on the open side of the glass? A
Oh, the
napkin?
open side is up.
Well, it's a plastic cup.
Oh, it's up.
It isn't-
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
excuse me, yeah. Plastic. Yes. Okay. So you're basically just holding it up so you can look up through the bottom and try to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't see it.
Don't do it.
I'm not gonna keep something I can't keep an eye on. I chuck the cup into the forest.
Okay. You chuck the cup and your sample.
Yep.
Very good. It flies into the forest and continue moving along. Y'all make some more progress and get to a point where you can see everything thinning out, like as it was leading up towards the open spot. You're definitely feeling like you're getting close to the plane, and actually you do see the flickering orange light of, again, apparently fire. So maybe something's going on there, and you're getting to the point where you can move through the brush pretty quick, and with the tree line, you come to view of the plane as you hear gunshots. You hear,
Right.
"Boom, boom, boom."
Oh.
That's not good, guys.
What are you gonna do?
I'd like to take back that flare I shot.
I'm gonna start jogging towards our area. Not a
No,
full out
no,
run
no,
because I would like to
Dane.
slow down as we approach.
Maria begins jogging with you, and Biff puts a hand on her shoulder and drags her to the ground.
No, get down, Dane. What are you doing? What happened?
Get down. Then I'll get down.
Is the gunshots coming from the direction of the wreckage?
Yes.
All right,
And
just
so-
confirming that.
Everybody make me a spot roll, and this is going to be qualitative. It's going to tell me how well you see and how much detail you get.
I rolled 23 out of 50.
Okay,
58 out of 60.
Tom,
14 out of 25.
nice. Scraps,
60 out of 65.
alrighty. So, Tom and Dane, very strong rolls. Jocko and Scraps, strong enough to see kind of what's going on, but you may miss some of the detail. And so what you see is the fuselage has been set on fire, or is on fire. And it looks, based on what you know of the plane, that had to have been done with some sort of accelerant or ignition type, because it didn't burn last night on its own. You see that there are probably 24 people in white winter gear walking around, and they are pointing their what are apparently weapons down at figures on the ground, and they're double tapping each one as they go. And you would guess that these are a lot of the figures who died overnight, and they are apparently making sure of it as they move throughout the camp. Tom and Dane, with your better rolls, you can also note that the 4 helicopters, which are parked kind of on the other side, they're landed on the other side of the wreckage from you, have markings on them that say SARDIV. They're white helicopters. The markings are in red. The words are in red. You can make me a intelligence roll to see if you know what that is. You'll need half your intelligence to have a hope for that.
I got an 11 out of 75.
That's really good. How about you, Tom?
I also got an 11, but not out of 25.
Well, it's still close enough. So both of you, by whatever happenstance this is true, you both know that here in Canada, that stands for Search and Rescue Division 4. So they are the people who come in and do rescue operations, though you didn't know there was a Division 4 to your knowledge, especially you, Dane, since you're a conspiracy theorist at some level and a researcher. You only knew of Divisions 1, 2, and 3, and those are geographic. They typically split up the Canadian geography by district. So you didn't know this existed.
Are we all? We're all like on the ground, like right next to each other.
You are in the tree line with a little bit of brush and ability to take cover as long as you are choosing to, which I presume you are.
Oh, yeah.
So you are about 300 yards from the action, so you can see it, but you can't see incredible details of it.
Can we tell?
Yeah.
I
ahead.
turn around and I'll convey all that information about the search and rescue stuff.
Jocko?
Can we tell what they're doing with the live people? People that were still
You
alive?
do see a couple of them bring a live person out, and they toss them to the ground. It appears to be actually the Marine, because he's cussing at them the whole time, and they double tap him too.
All right.
Thinking about this. Biff has got his hand over Maria's mouth. He's trying to keep her from screaming because she doesn't appear to be holding up well, seeing what's going on. And that's that. What are y'all going to do?
Back it up. Back it up. Back it
Yeah,
up.
we should retreat further into the.
We need to go. We need to get around them, and we need to get to the other tower, right? So we need to keep going the direction we were going initially.
Yeah.
So let's circumambulate this clearing.
Okay, that'll take a while, but you can certainly do that. You will note that they appear to be putting more accelerant onto the onto the fuselage and the other parts that have been scattered from the plane. So they are creating a much bigger fire than the initial crash actually indicated.
Okay. So they are trying to cover her up if we ever got here.
Sure does look that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Damn,
been
I
handy
make fun
knowing-
of Flick so much for this stupid shit.
And Omega Control, what is the first poll question for tonight, please?
Oof. Okay. What do we do?
Have we got a poll question for tonight?
yeah, we did.
Ah, perfect. Okay. So, as you are sitting there and you begin backing up, a fox actually runs amidst you out of the woods, like your movement has scared it or startled it, and runs out of the open field. And you see all of the folks that are kind of close to you on the front end of the fuselage turn at the movement and look in your direction. What do you do?
Stay
real
very
still.
still.
Scraps?
How close am I to a tree, or am I out in the open?
I think we were already taking cover.
You got cover and bushes and some trees. You're not in the open.
Okay.
Don't move. A muscle.
Someone get eyes on Tom. Do not let
All right.
that man start freaking.
Wise.
I'm gonna pause and then, but also eyeing the nearest tree to. As soon as they seem to focus away, I am going to like behind a
All
tree.
right. Tom Jones, what are you doing?
Be a tree.
Yeah, gonna definitely follow suit with the group and just try to be quiet and unassuming. Just sort of like, all right, everyone else seems to have a game plan. I'm gonna, yeah.
Also, I'm
Okay.
looking over at Maria, making sure our buddy
Biff
Biff's
has got her on the ground, and he's got an arm over her and his hand on her mouth, trying to keep her from getting him killed.
Atta girl.
And she, the death thing appears to have kind of put her over the edge. It looks like she may have lost it a bit. And he's also whispering like soothing words into her ear, trying to get her to the point where she will kind of just get through this.
Could I also try to soothe her
Okay.
quietly because
thank
of
you.
my psychology skills?
Oh, that's it. Okay, so actually roll me psychology.
Just barely missed it. I got 52 out of 50, but I'll spend the 2 luck points to calm her
Alrighty, so yeah, what do you say to her to calm her down, Dane?
down. But yeah, I know this is really scary right now, but we are all gonna have to stay so quiet. We're gonna find out what's going on, and we're gonna try and get you out of here safely. But
So,
to do
yeah.
that, we gotta stay super quiet.
She looks over at you, and you seem to have grounded her a little bit, and she gave you a quick nod, and seems to stop struggling and being so stressed. So, watching the crash site for a little while longer, another helicopter shows. It's a big one. It's like a cargo copter type thing, and they are a bunch of people in hazmat type suits who are loading people on bodies onto the thing and onto the helicopter, and they are actually bringing other bodies out of the helicopter and distributing them around the scene.
This just got deeper.
Well, these bodies don't have bullet holes in them.
That's true.
Oh, that, of course.
And they spray the area with accelerant one more time and set fire to it and let it burn.
Yep. I like how. Yep. There's. I love.
Do they
that
seem to be
there's-
heading out after they finish that?
So after the fire dies down, and mind you, this is now dark, okay? It is dark. And you have been probably laying over there for the better part of 4 hours watching. And they finally get to a point where they get in to their helicopters, and they all take off. And all that's left is an incredibly badly burned set of debris and the what's left of the fuselage. But there
Now,
are no
here's-
bodies except the ones that they have left for it, which don't appear to be quite as many as the actual.
Here's a serious question. What direction do they head off?
Oh, that's a great question, actually. So the helicopters lift off and they head north. So they actually come over your position. And
All
one
right,
of them
as they do that, I'm going to kind of snuggle down in the snow a little bit more to reduce my heat signature.
perfect. One of them's actually got a bottom-facing spotlight on that just happens to be on as they pass over your position, and it spots you right. I mean, it lights you right up. Scraps. Make me a spot hidden, or excuse me, a sneak stealth. What game are we playing? Help me out here. Stealth.
Stealth.
Yeah.
Stealth,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
stealth.
stealth.
Yeah.
Oh hell, no, that is a no.
All right, so you're
Oh.
pretty sure that they would have seen you, Scraps, as they're passing over. What are you going to do?
Well, all I can do is pucker my butt and hope.
Okay, very good. So yeah, they keep going.
Oh,
You're
thank
okay.
I was gonna say, I was like, Scraps, give me your jacket. We got a bunch of bear meat. We can make a decoy. But, like,
And, at this point, all you can smell is the residual smoke that's still going up, as well as the smell of burned plastic, metal, and human flesh. And so, as you look across this terrible scene of death and conspiracy, it's a good time to take a break, guys. So we will take 10 and be back at 7:36
Oh, good time to go change my underwear then.
Yeah.
Central. Yes. So sorry. So we've got let's see, Jose. We have a Twitch Prime announcement from you for the break, and then we will go to break.
Yes, remember, if you have Amazon Prime, you also get a free Prime Gaming subscription. Prime Gaming subscribers support everyone on the show and get access to sub-only emotes and to a special subscriber-only channel on the Games Tavern Discord. Don't forget to vote in the chat to have an impact on the final part of tonight's investigation.
Very good. So 7:37, everyone. We're on the clock. See you soon. Welcome back as we continue this desperate fight for survival in friendly Canada. When last we left our party, they were in the tree line watching the survivors get shot and burned and carted away by a ostensible search and rescue team from the Canadian government. So that's where we are. Everybody, let's start with a sanity roll, because what you just saw is kind of shaking. Alan, Scraps, what'd you get?
44.
You made it. Jocko,
06.
you definitely made it. Tom Jones,
74.
you are shaken. Dane,
But not stirred.
33.
you are shaken. So each of you feel, you've seen terrible things happen, and now your whole take on life is a little bit shaken here. You were really hoping that the government officials might show up and actually take you out of this terrible place where bears are trying to eat you and people are dying left and right. And now you realize they did show up, but they're not here to help you.
Bugs.
You've been hassled once
Yeah.
too many when you try to sleep on a park bench. You get used to it. The man just doesn't want you to be at peace.
I love that.
That's fair. So go ahead. Dane, are you going to say something? Or are you just trying to center yourself?
No, I'm just trying to calm my nerves.
Alrighty. So you look at your phone real quick. It's about 4 a.m. at this point. You've probably got several hours of nighttime left before daylight. What are you going to do, guys?
I think we need to. I think I'm pretty tired at this point.
Well,
That's fair.
We're gonna have to huddle up because I don't think we should be building a fire.
No, maybe not right away.
There
I
is
was
still
thinking we
fire
can
going
lay
on.
out the
there is a big fire right there.
There's
I mean,
still fire going on. I mean,
it's the last place they'd expect us to be. So
Well, that's a
maybe
good point.
Maybe we took advantage of it.
You're not wrong.
Let's do it.
I think
I'm
given,
emotionally prepared to sleep next to all these dead bodies.
Well, they ain't the people we rode with.
Yeah.
Remember that.
I'm ready. I'm doing it.
Let's
Uh,
head
Biff-
down.
Biff looks at Daco and then kind of side eyes over at Dane and goes, I'm not sure everybody is responding well to this.
Oh, he'll be all right. They'll be okay.
And he just kind of gets up and helps Marcia up.
Maria, how your bowel is feeling now?
She goes, it is Marcia, but thank you.
Sorry about that.
I still feel the pain of perhaps gas, but it comes and it goes. It's not as bad right now. I would very much like to find somewhere safe and warm and just rest for a while. This is a terrible. What are they doing? Why are they killing these people?
No idea.
It's best not to dwell on it right now. Let's survive.
Tom
Okay.
is just going to keep muttering under his breath, be like, thank you guys so much for rescuing me from the asylum. That was such a great thing. Definitely did not have a clean, warm bed. Nope. I much prefer being out here in the wilderness with bears and people dying. This is great. This is great. I'm having a great time. Everything's great.
Hey, I signed up for a conference in Europe. Is what I signed up for.
I mean, fair.
Tom, it's okay. I'll make you some Salisbury steak out of that bear.
And then just like, and he just goes, Salisbury steak. And it's just like a gentle weeping. Like,
So
Scraps.
it'll be all right. Yeah.
As there's a quiet lull in the conversation for just a moment, you hear.
No.
In what direction here?
It sounds like it's to the north. Hard to tell how far it is. Kind of depends on how big the creature is as to how far it is.
I'm not going to scare anybody right now. I'm just going to kind of let Jocko take the lead, and I'm going to take the rear here.
Okay.
And just kind of pay attention a little bit.
Okay. And are we
Right.
moving on, or are we moving?
I think
to
we're going to
place-
head down towards the wreckage and trying to survive with that residual heat.
Okay.
Got a nice big fire, should scare away anything that's coming our way, and they shouldn't be expecting us to be there. So that's where I'm going.
Kind of resting at the heat source.
Yeah.
Okay. So y'all begin moving, and Scraps, as y'all begin moving, you hear.
What the?
What?
And the sound was something you've heard a wolf that's been hit by a trap before, that's gotten its leg caught in a trap. That's kind of what it sounded like.
Did anyone else hear that?
Nobody else heard the buzzing, but you all definitely heard the wolf because it screeched loudly in pain. And it's somewhere in the woods behind you, hard to say how far. Certainly within hearing distance.
What the?
I heard just before that thing yelped a little bit, maybe that same buzzing that Dane heard earlier. I suggest we kind of put a little haste in getting down there towards. At least there'll be some light as well. All right.
Yeah. Let's go. Yep. Don't like that buzzing.
Yeah,
Nope.
great. This is great.
Don't like
Just
that
to point
buzzing.
out, we think we hear bugs and are heading towards the light.
Yep.
We're heading
Keep going.
towards fire. Fire is the most important part there.
Maybe. You know, most bugs don't like a good gnat smoke, so let's head down there.
So are you now heading past the fire, or are you
No.
staying at the fire?
We're gonna camp.
We're going to the fire, I
Okay.
think.
All right. So
Yeah.
you're still planning to get some rest. Okay. Cool. So
But we'll kind of rotate a little bit. I'll offer to stay up first.
okay.
Tom and Dane and Maria look like they could use a little rest.
Yeah. Biff offers to take a rest, to take a shift. Sorry, a watch.
If there's a place where we can be not surrounded, but have 2 of the 4 sides covered with fire, as much cover as we can get from the fire.
Yeah, sure. You can find a couple of large pieces of fuselage maybe that are bent off at a V.
All right.
Yeah, you can do that. So Scraps, I need you to make me a Constitution. No, sorry about that. A power check.
12.
Very good. You stay awake during your watch. Who's taking next watch?
I'll take it.
Alrighty, Jocko. Power check.
Power. 62.
What's your power?
50.
Nice way to bury the lead there, Jocko.
Yeah.
So, the morning comes and everybody else has slept really, really well because Jocko fell asleep during his watch.
I got some drool going down, and the flare gun's in my left hand. Just kinda...
Little icicle off your chin there.
Let's go.
All right.
Yeah, your face is a little bit frozen from the drool freezing to it.
Hey, but at least I got some good sleep on it, so that's what
You did get some good
Let's
sleep.
look on the bright side here. Okay.
You would regret it if you'd have died, but since you didn't die,
So just to be clear, everyone is alive.
yeah, apparently. I mean, it looks that way.
As I like to remind Marcia, pain just means you're still alive.
She sleeps really well.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
He gave her something, and she slept hard.
Is she awake now?
He has to kind of wake her up.
But she's waking up.
She is awake, but yeah.
All right. While they're kind of getting things motivated, I'll kind of fire up that little propane thing
Okay.
and just kind of sear off some of that bear, just to give
All
us
right.
something to give us a little energy, something warm in our body.
Nice. Okay.
Like a little power bear.
Exactly. Little protein, little fat, it'll keep us going.
Power bear.
Well, I see what you did there,
I
Jocko.
like it. I like it. That's very good.
This is delicious, Scraps. This is the best bear meat I've ever had.
Yeah, just
Silently eating.
I don't know how to
Ripper.
take that, but so I'll just take it as a compliment.
So it is
delicious.
by any objective standard not the best meat you've ever had. But having cooked a steak on a fire and a rock once, I can tell you, it tastes the best ever when you're in that position.
Hmm. I've been not eating for a whole day. This is the best bear meat I've ever had.
Alrighty, so yeah, you get some nice hefty protein breakfast down into you with the bear meat, and
If we get
What
out of
y'all
this
gonna
alive, Scraps, you might want to market this. This is it's delicious. Let's
I
go
will,
towards.
I will say there used to be a restaurant down in the Virginia Beach area that was it. Everybody grilled their own meat. It was like a grill that was like 30 feet long, called the Great Steak, GRATE. And that was after every Gen Con, after every MarsCon, we go in there and get a bunch of people, gamers, grilling meat.
Love it.
Sounds like a good weekend.
It was.
Yeah.
So what
I do
y'all gonna
love the
do?
idea of Scraps packaging up like basically like trail made bear jerky and just calling it bear scraps.
Nice.
Nice.
There we go. I like that. I'm gonna keep that.
Yeah. If we ever make it out of here, we'll be rich.
I was gonna say we could make dozens, I say.
I want to check in with Marcia before we start moving and see how her stomach is feeling.
She says it still hurts. It hurt more when she first woke up, but now that she's gotten some bear in her, she feels like it's feeling pretty, like it's better. Like maybe she needs something to eat. I also, Dane, sent you a message, so be aware of that. What y'all gonna do?
Let's follow the map. Let's head towards the other light tower. That's all I can think of is communications.
So there's a couple ways you could go. You could go kind of due west, kind of over the mountains into the next forest, or you could go mostly due south towards the river and maybe skirt along the river.
I think we need to skirt along the river. It's my bet.
I mean, yeah. I mean, anytime you can follow a water source. I mean, I know that it tends to attract wildlife, but at the same time, like, it's going to be the best option for survival for sure.
Also, the less steep terrain.
Gassy.
You're feeling gassy too, Dane?
Yeah.
You need to take a break?
I need to go to the bathroom. Just see, you know.
Knock yourself out.
We'll step behind some cover.
Yeah, you can. I mean, there's certainly, you're going to stay out in the open near the fuselage, or you're going to go into the tree line 300 yards away?
No, I'm going to stay near the fuselage, but just, you know, out of everyone's direct sight.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, so you have a tough time. You're a little bit constipated, which is not unusual, but you can certainly give it a try.
I sure hope it wasn't the bear that did that. I'll have to apologize.
I feel great.
No, I don't think it's your fault, Scraps. I think, you know, it's the stress, probably.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, you really can't get anything to pass. You do have a little bit of gassiness, but not as much as you would think based on how much it hurts.
Yeah. Oof. Okay.
Just try to stay hydrated as best you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're heading towards the river.
Alrighty. So you head towards the river. You probably got about 7 hours of daylight at this point before you will once again be faced with nighttime. It is a little warmer today, and as it warms up a little bit, each of you will realize that you have actually been affected by the cold over the past day and a half or so. And each of you has actually taken 3 points of damage from the cold, but you just didn't notice it. 1 point of that will heal today as the temperature warms up and you begin to come back to normal.
All right.
So -2 after. after
After all is said and done. Does my bitching North Face parka take?
Oh yeah, that's fair. Actually, yeah, Jocko. If you've got so calm, that would only be 1 point for you, which would then go away because you've got multiple layers. And Jocko, you've got the bitching North Face parka, which means no damage for you.
Sweet.
Yeah, all I got is my scarf and gloves, so I'll take it.
Fair enough.
I didn't check my bag, so I just have whatever, like my little windbreaker and my.
Yeah.
And
Fair enough.
whatever.
Now, as the day progresses and we got some sunlight, I do want to take a peek at Dane's neck where that thing spat on him. Make sure it ain't discolored or
It is a
anything
little,
like that.
it is a little discolored. It looks like a birthmark right now, and like it's almost kind of like spidering out a little bit.
That don't look right.
Hey, Dane, your neck ain't looking too healthy there. I'll pull out my phone and I'll turn it on. I'll take a picture of it for you,
Okay.
and then turn it around and was like, "You seem like you know a few things. Is you didn't have a hickey or anything from a girlfriend or companion before we left, did you?"
I wish. No.
All right, you might want to keep.
That reminds me, though, Marcia, I just wanted to check to see if you have any bruising. It says your stomach pain.
I
I
don't
don't know
think
if
so.
you ever checked.
She lifts up her sweatshirt, her MIT sweatshirt, and shows it to you. Her stomach, and she doesn't appear to have any bruising.
Okay. I just wanted to make double sure.
Put a little snow on that thing on your neck. Just
Yeah, okay. Shut some snow on.
She says your neck does not look good. You maybe did you have a tick bite perhaps? Might you be suffering from what is the tick? Some Lyme disease or something?
No, but that mystery worm.
Anything's
is
possible at this point,
Well, it might have scratched himself when the plane crashed.
That's probably what happened.
Yeah. Okay. She turns towards Biff and rattles off some Spanish really quickly, and Biff kind of goes wide-eyed. Does anybody speak Spanish?
I speak Chinese.
No.
Sorry.
Okay.
I only speak English and bad English.
There you go. Alrighty,
band,
so
right? The
as
band.
you move through the day, are you going to so you've always got a choice between moving a little bit faster in kind of open terrain or moving a little bit slower with some cover. What is the choice the group's going to make there?
I'm voting for some cover. We don't know what this thing is flying around, some sort of buzzing. I've heard buzzing before, and that's not something we want to encounter.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay out of line of sight of this fake search and rescue group.
That was my thought too. Is that I'd rather go slow, but know that we're not being observed, rather than because if we ran the risk of being seen, if they came back on foot or anything like that, whatever advantage we can give us, even if we move a little bit slower, I think is going to behoove us in the long run.
Tom, you feeling all right? That's about the most lucid thing I've heard you say.
And he just goes, honestly, it's probably just the shock. Maybe you should ignore me. and I can guess is a good idea.
He's coming off his meds.
Right. The
Fair
meds in
enough.
this case is
Hey, man, you
could Jack Daniels, so it's fine,
Just think of this as a detox.
Yeah.
Oh, we
Which
did
we all
get
know
that
Tom
half
Jones
full
loves.
bottle of rum also.
We
from-
do have
What thing?
a half full fifth of rum.
Oh,
Yeah,
actually, I'm gonna spill a little bit of it on my mystery neck.
That's a great idea. That's a really good idea. It
Mystery
stings
neck.
just a little bit, Dane. But we'll see how that goes over the next 24 to 48 hours.
Okay.
It's a good idea.
Alcohol will kill about 99% of the things I know of.
That's true. It's a great killer of things.
It is indeed.
Brain cells.
And
So y'all do stick to cover for the most part where you can. It is a little slower going, but you do hear at about noontime, after you've been out moving for about 4 hours, you do hear chopper blades. You're
Son of a bitch must pay. What are they doing back here?
and they actually come. They're in your view, but they're not close. They come from north to south, and then bank and turn east.
I got my flare gun ready.
Okay.
Slow down there, Wolverine. Let's just sit here in the cover,
Yeah.
okay?
Just
Fair enough.
if they get close enough, I'm taking the shot. This thing have a safety?
I don't think flare guns do have a safety. I could be wrong about that.
I don't know.
Jocko's gonna find out.
Yeah, so you continue moving. You will come to a place where there are some wolves clearly in the area. You can hear them. They don't appear to be harassing you, but are you going to take any action to avoid their notice?
I think that we have a big enough group, right?
Yeah.
Are we still carrying bear meat with us?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe
I
we
think
should
so.
toss some in a different direction.
We don't know how long we're gonna be out here.
Yeah, we may need that.
Uh-huh.
It's going to take us a few days at this pace to get to where that other... We
Yeah,
may
I
end up
mean-
eating wolf before this is over.
Yeah, worst comes to worst. And Tom's got that. You give it a name yet, Tom?
No, I'm waiting for it to tell me, and then just kind of cradle it. You know,
All right, good.
Biff looks over at you, Tom, and just as matter of fact as can be, he goes, Turnbull ACs. You've seen The Warriors, right?
yeah,
Those guys rock.
Boy.
I like it. I
Maria,
like it.
hate that movie. As Biff says, it is a classic piece of cinema from the late 70s that illustrates gang life in a way that has never been done before.
It is.
I hate that movie.
She says that. She says that.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
He said, you hate any movie that's good.
Your name, your name aside, I'm getting to like it, Biff.
He seems to be kind of brilliant, and he's got one of those memories that can't let things go. So he just remembers weird shit out of nowhere, like that. So anyway, you continue moving after the wolf incident, and you will come to a place where you encounter someone. And I need to ask Omega Control, what are the conditions of this contact? Alrighty. So you are walking along, and you see part of the snow and brush in front of you rise up from the ground, holding a weapon in your direction. It appears to be a woman dressed in the Search and Rescue Division 4 garb with a MP4 submachine gun pointed at you. She says, "Freeze! Do not move." And behind you, you hear another voice that says, "We have the drop on you."
Looks
And if you
like
glance
it.
back, you'll see there's a guy back there dressed exactly the same. So, what do you do?
It
They
sure
are
would.
both within 10 feet of you from their respective sides.
I
It
want
sure
to
would
do
seem
something
like that.
stupid like say, I've got the drop on you and do a death drop, but that wouldn't be helpful.
I was gonna say, Tom is definitely the type of person when someone says freeze to just be like, "What do you think we're doing out here?" Yeah.
Alrighty, so before we go through this, let's get what is your dexterity score, Jocko?
Dexterity 80.
Nice. Scraps?
45.
Dane?
40.
Tom?
That was 55 on top.
Yeah, 55. Sorry, I didn't hear.
Alrighty. Okay. The reason I'm asking, in Call of Cthulhu, typically you use your dexterity as the means of determining initiative. So there's no rolls. It's just, here's what it is. Situationally, that can change, but we're going to roll with that. So, Jocko, they have said what they've said. What do you do? Uh-oh, we have left Dane. We have lost Dane.
Oh, no, Dane. Did they get him? They got him. The scouting party got him.
Oh, dang.
Dane made a successful stealth roll.
Just did he fall into a drift?
All right, what do you do,
I love
Jocko?
it. We've got the drop on you, and Dane was like, "Wow."
Well,
No one
it
gets
sure
the
does
drop
look
on you.
like that. It sure does look like it, doesn't it? But do you really? And I look to the left and right, like we might have extra people they don't know about.
Okay, is that what you're trying to get them to believe?
I'm just trying to buy time, see what they're up to. They haven't shot us yet, so
Okay, so make me deception. Is that a thing? I hate it that I run a stream of Cthulhu and I don't know the rules. But I
there's
do the same thing in my D&D game on Saturdays.
there's fast
persuasion.
talk and there's persuade. There's fast talk and persuasion. So the two
Fast
things.
talk. Let's go with fast talk.
All right. 28 out of 70.
That's really good. Okay, so noted. We are going to go to Tom. You're next. What are you going to do?
I'll
You see
probably.
Jocko talking a line of BS to these guys. What are you going to do?
Oh, I will 100% corroborate him. If I have one skill, and it's the ability to talk my way out of situations. Like survival, nada. Stealth, absolutely not. Technology, hell no. But you want me to talk to some people? I got you. So yeah, I will
Okay.
probably just stand there and try to corroborate whatever, and like supply like what seems like extra bits of information, but not like so much that it feels like I'm building a narrative. Just like little, like just make up little supporting facts and things like that. Be like, oh yeah, and like 2 of them have frostbite, like whatever, just like little things to really help sell the story a little bit more.
Okay. Scraps.
Well, I'm going to just literally lean into my crutch here, just kind of look as pathetic as possible. And all right, well, you got a one-legged man here. What the hell am I going to do? Run away?
So yes, Sean.
I would also like to take the opportunity to take my nail-filled axe handle and like tuck it underneath a jacket, like try to just casually try to hide that thing as much as possible.
But my other hand, the non-crutch wielding hand, is kind of reaching down for my knife.
Okay. Alrighty. Dane, what are you gonna do?
I am going to also non-verbally try and corroborate Jocko's story by acting like I'm just like we're part of a whole scouting party ourselves, and
Okay.
sort of take like a
Okay.
intimidating sort of stance.
Marcia, excuse me, got me doing it now. Marcia begins moaning, and Biff leans in and kind of puts his shoulder under her arm to support her. He goes, "You'll be okay. You'll be okay. You just grunt through it. You'll be okay." The woman says, "How many others do you have?"
Well, it depends. Why are you why are you pointing that gun at us?
We're under orders. Any creature could potentially be compromised.
Creature.
Compromise.
Now, what the hell does that mean?
The guy behind says, "They don't need to know. Tilda, they don't need to know that they are not part of this."
Yep. So we'll be on our way. Nice meeting you.
Do you take a step?
No, I'm just gonna see what they do to react to
Okay. She points her barrel of her weapon down at the ground near your feet, like she's getting ready to back you off moving. Tom.
Yes.
What do you do? Things are happening. What do you do?
I know. I'm trying to just sort of like. I think at this point there's like a confusion because I'm sort of like, yes, great, orders. Okay, and you guys all seem very we probably shouldn't be here, but I can't let them know that we shouldn't be here. So I would probably say that there's a moment of especially considering the last couple of days. I feel like he would like to think that it is a well-controlled panic, but it is probably like much more obvious than he's really giving it credit for. Just sort of being like, yeah, we're totally, and just like, just really like trying not to panic, like maybe excusing himself a little bit more from the conversation as he feels himself start to lose control. But I would say that, my confidence is definitely shaken in this moment. So I'd probably, take a back seat for a moment while I try to figure something out.
Okay. I need you to make me a stealth roll or sneak, whichever.
Good.
Basically, we're just trying to see if they can see your weapon.
Well, the good news is that I got a 12 out of 45.
That's really good. Yeah, so you are successful in hiding it. You're really successful, which means I'm going to allow you to hide it and also tell me one other thing about what you've done in terms of this weapon. Like, is it ready for action? Or is it really, really well hidden so that they've got to make two spots? I mean, I'm going to let you tell me what you want to do.
I would say that because it's an axe handle and most of them are about yay long or what have you, I'll try to put as much of it up like a sleeve as I can while kind of like having a very loose grip around whatever nails, maybe a couple between the fingers, but just trying to, maintain a casual nature and talk with the other hand so it's, a lot of misdirection. But it is, you just have to let go and it would sort of drop into the hand, obviously provided I make some type of dexterity throw to catch the thing, but I would say that he's ready for action, but not in a prepared way, but in a panicky way, where if something starts, he wants to have something to hand, but it's prepared without a plan.
Okay, so you've got kind of a Barney Fife judo thing going.
Exactly, yes.
Okay.
That is. Oh man, if that isn't the bio for this whole character. Like that is everything you need to know about Tom Jones in tense situations is exactly that.
Scraps.
Well, I'm kind of focusing on the other soldier. What is their kind of body language?
His body language is prepared and kind of incredulous.
All right. Most of my focus is kind of keeping an eye on him, since he really seems to be the one in charge here.
Okay. Dane.
Could I? What I'm thinking is I want to maybe try and using like a very calming voice, like just be like, I would like to try and take a step towards the person in front of us.
A woman.
In like a friendly, like, we're just here on, we're here on a hike kind of thing. And try and just say, hey, like, there's some kind of confusion. Do you guys not want us here?
Okay. And all you're trying to do is just kind of approach her and kind of, are you actually trying to initiate positive conversation, or are you trying to put her, doesn't really matter to me.
Yeah, I would like to use I would like to use ideally the benefit of being well versed in human behaviors. To try and disarmingly approach them in an attempt to get information. Okay.
You can either use psychology or fast talk. I will tell you, if you use psychology and fail, it's going to come off as very ham-handed, academic, and inappropriate. Whereas if you fast talk and fail, it's just going to seem like you're just kind of silly, and that's okay.
I'll try fast talk.
Okay.
I scored a 12 out of 35.
Very good. So yeah, you can see she kind of looks like she rests a little bit, like her body posture eases a little bit as you're coming towards her. Biff Biff looks up at the guy at the back and says, "Can't you help her? Can't you see she's pregnant?" And he appears to have actually like used his arm to make her hunch over just a little bit. So it's really hard to tell what she's got going on in her stomach area in terms of size. The guard says, "How many weeks are you, ma'am?" All righty. So what we've got is woman up front, guard. Looks like she's a little bit at ease. Perhaps there's an opening there. And the man in the back looks like he's a little bit distracted. The man in the back actually, as he ends his turn, goes to his comm and says, "Command, this is Unit 3-3. Are you there?" And that's how he ends his turn. Jocko, what are you going to
do? So far, we got a pregnant lady. Dane saying that we're on a hike in the middle of nowhere. And
but she bought it for whatever reason. She bought it.
She did buy it. She did buy it. It's pretty obvious from our demeanor, from our look, that we have been through some shit.
Yes, y'all look rough.
We're clearly not spec ops out here. We are.
That is correct. Yeah.
All right. Look, fellas. No offense. Look at the lady. We're just trying to make our way that way. If you want to give us a hand, we would be happy to accept it. But we have important business, and we've already contacted home office. We need to make it to the rendezvous point. So, and at that point, I'll wait to see what they. Okay.
She looks at you. She cocks her head and says, "Home office. Who do you work for? Are you here?"
I pull out my Rumble Snack ID badge and say, "Oh, we're actually shooting a new extreme episode of Naked and Afraid, so we're just here scouting."
Perfect.
Clutch.
She looks at it from afar and then turns back to Jocko and goes, "Who are you here working for?"
Did she seem to recognize when I said home office?
No, she just heard the word home office and presumes that means you're working for somebody. Tom Jones, I need to tell you that if you look over, if you glance at Biff, he's side-eyeing you while this is going on because you and he are not really the centers of attention. You can see he has a Leatherman in his hand, palmed with the blade out, and he's just looking at you and just does this.
I say, well, it's obvious that our government hasn't talked to your government, but and do I remember the name, because I have it on me? Do I remember the name of the agent that I killed? The Treasury agent. I have his ID and I have his badge.
Make me an intelligence roll.
All right.
Oh, I like that though. That's nice. That's a good touch.
25.
Yeah, you remember.
Intelligence is 70.
Yeah, you remember.
I say we are U.S. federal agents. We're here on some business. Obviously, our office didn't contact your office. There's been some sort of mix-up in the communications. And I sort of pull it out and have it sort of held like that where my fingers are sort of over the picture and show her the badge.
Okay. She is looking at your hand, trying to get the details on the badge from where she is. Right. Tom Jones, you're up.
No,
Perfect. I was going to say,
Sorry.
What, Taco?
One last thing with my nail, I'm trying to pinch the picture so it sort of just maybe tears it a little bit. Maybe it was damaging the wreck. I don't know.
Make me a luck roll.
Okay.
I was gonna say
46.
That I think you've got tremendous luck if I remember correctly.
That's how we get through life. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, you laugh at the possibility that you might not have already ruined and defaced the ID.
perfect.
Tom Jones, what you doing?
I'm gonna start by looking at Biff and kind of giving him a as much as I can with just eyebrows, sort of a wait, sort of kind of moment. And then while I see the lady trying to sort of work out the details on the thing, I'm gonna try to distract her from the finer points of it. So enough to give her enough time to sort of take in the ID, but not enough to read it. And I'm just gonna be like, listen, lady. We've been out here. There have been bears. There's animals. Now there's you guys. I'm wearing a Hello Kitty hat. Do you think I want to be wearing this Hello Kitty hat? Look at me. And I'm just going to start this sort of nonsensical panic thing of we don't want to be here. You're already out here. You know this place sucks. Help me, help you, help me. Allow me to help you, help me in any way that you can. And just kind of try to convince her that I'm just frantic and desperate.
Okay. Noted. We are going to go to Scraps.
All right.
You know that the guy behind you is initiating contact with his.
We already know what these people are going to do. Scraps just says this no, and he lunges for the guy on the radio. With the
Alrighty.
knife.
Okay. Make me a dexterity roll, please.
Okay. Oof, that's terrible. Oh, okay. I'm spending 3 luck point to make it a success. Barely a success.
Alrighty.
If I can.
You can. So you lunge in. He kind of steps back. He was focused on the pregnant woman when you lunge at him. And so are you going to try to attack him with the knife?
Yep.
Okay. I am going to let you have advantage on that attack because he was not paying as close an attention to you as he should. This has been a bit of a shit show, right? With this group.
All right. That is a success, but it's a normal success.
Okay.
You turned
roll
it
your
up.
damage. Roll your damage and your damage bonus.
All right. 5 total.
Alrighty. That is a good hit.
And if I can, I'm trying to go for the hand on the radio or that arm, that area.
Well, if you want to target it, then I will need to make you to make that attack a second time successfully. You don't have to do that, but if you want to target the hand, that's what you have to do.
Is it still advantage?
Yeah.
Oh, what the hell? Ah, just made it.
Chaco
Okay.
motto.
So, are you slashing or driving it like a piercing attack?
Oh, it's a thrust, man.
Okay. So, you basically plant your knife through his hand, which is up here in his head, into the side of his head. And he's literally like, oh, Jesus! And he swings his gun up on the shoulder strap using only one hand and tries to shoot you.
That's fair.
It's a 54. Would you like to dodge?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
All right. What is that? Is that a
It's one of your
dex?
skills. It's actually a
Oh,
skill.
sorry.
It's, normally it's twice your dex unless you put points into it.
Let's just see. Okay, 50. Oh, I rolled a 10.
Good for you. Yeah, so his bullet grazes you, Bill, on the arm. You take 1 point of damage,
All right.
and
Worth it.
but you are able to miss taking the bad damage of a direct hit. Alrighty, so stuff has happened. We are to Dane. Dane, there has been a gunshot. There has been Scraps has gone medieval on this guy.
We're
You can
starting
see Scraps, I'm going to presume your knife is not in your hand at this point, since it's planted in his head.
That'd be fair.
Okay. So you see the guy's got Scraps' knife stuck in his head with his hand attack. The knife is through the hand into the head, and the guy's shooting at Scraps with one hand.
Like a head kebab.
Yes.
Okay.
What do you wish to do?
So, I'm slightly closer to the other agent person, so I am gonna try and tackle her and get that gun out of her hands.
Alrighty. So you're trying to tackle her.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Make me a brawling attack.
All right, I got a 36 out of 50.
Really good. Yeah, so you get up to her. She's going to fire off one shot as you're coming at her. So we're going to see how that goes. But you will definitely be able to hit her after this poorly shot gun goes off. I'm going to put her at disadvantage. So she misses. Dane, you're on top of her and are right in on her. So are you going to try to push her to the ground, or are you just trying to overbear her and like wrestle with her?
So was she like laying down and popped up, or was like crouching?
No. She actually crouched and came up to her feet as y'all were approaching her.
Is the gun like around her?
She has a strap. Yeah, she has a strap on it, and was in two hands, though now she's got one hand trying to fend you off, and the other hand's got the gun.
I'm gonna try and just grapple it from her.
Okay, so you're holding the gun while she's trying to hold the gun.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Alrighty, so Biff pulls his hand up and flings his Leatherman blade first at her.
Okay.
Not an easy shot, but with a 33, he hits her.
Oh.
I like Biff.
She will take. She takes 3 points of damage from him, and the Leatherman's stuck in her shoulder. Maria slumps to the ground.
Marcia.
Marcia, thank you. Marcia slumps to the ground, moaning. You think she may be having a gas attack of some sort. And that's the end of that round. Tom, you're up.
All right. Yeah. I mean, I guess if we're entering the fray, I'm just gonna drop the axe handle down into the palm and kind of take an upward swing at the gentleman that is near me with he had the earpiece, and if he's the closest guy to me, I'm just gonna take a full chin shot.
You can swing at either one. You're close. You can take a step or two and be in range of either person.
I'll probably go for the dude near me is fairly unscathed at the moment, and so I feel like he should be scathed. No?
He's
got a knife in his head.
Oh, he's the one with a knife in his head. Okay,
Yes.
I had it backwards. So that's case then.
This is him.
But she got stuck as well,
Well,
did
in
she
that
not?
case, then
But that's not a bad choice. I'm just saying.
I would feel bad about leaving someone in that condition.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, very, very right. So, yeah, I think doubling up on efforts and just be like probably take a second to be like, huh, he's still standing, and then I'll go for the swing. Like just be like, move, like creeped out. Yeah,
Swing away. It's a club.
I shall. That's a 2.
That's a really good roll.
That's a 2.
Roll a d6. Do you have a strength bonus? I know you don't. There's no way in hell you have a strength bonus.
No, nope, not even. I think if I was allowed to be in the negative, you know, and that's a 6.
Really good.
Those are the 2 best rolls I will have this entire game. That's like every session
someone in the head
for the rest of the foreseeable future. Those are the 2 best rolls I will have.
Time to end the session, right?
Yep. Well, I mean, just my character better die by the end of this because it is all downhill.
Let's see. So we have that. Oh, somehow I got to Tom Jones before I got to Jocko. Jocko, what do you want to do?
That's all right. So she is on the ground wrestling with Dane. She has
Not on the ground. They're standing.
standing.
She still has the gun, even though Dane's wrestling with it. But you realize, being a trucker, you've seen some bad fights out in alleys and stuff. You recognize that the pulled trigger at the wrong time right now, depending on where the gun's pointing, could kill anybody.
That'd be bad. Yeah. They're both in that situation, though, are they not? He still got.
Yeah, but it's unlikely one of them will be killed. It's because they're fighting over the gun.
Yes.
They're holding it, so the gun is pointing at you and Scraps and Marcia.
All right. So I assume she's closer since she was looking at my ID.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes,
All right.
absolutely.
Then I will help try to grab the gun from her.
Okay.
Unless
So
she
now
has a different sidearm, maybe. If she does.
She does. She's also got a 9mm sidearm.
Then I am grabbing that because I would imagine she's not holding that.
That is correct.
That's what I'm going for then.
Alrighty, you can grab that sidearm without any issue, and
Okay.
we'll be able to do something next time around.
Okay.
Alrighty, Tom, you've already gone. Scraps, you're up.
All right, this gentleman that Tom just hit. How's he looking?
He looks furious and bad.
All right, well,
He's got a knife in his head and a big ass set of bloody marks on the bottom of his chin where Tom hit him with a mace.
Morningstar.
I am going to just right in his face. Just punch, brawl,
Oh,
fist.
brawl, okay. Alrighty, punch away.
It's a chaotic fight.
No, that's a miss.
Okay.
He wasn't surprised this time.
And lastly, we've got Dane.
Okay. Is the person I'm fighting with still holding
Yes.
the gun with one hand, trying to get me off with the other?
Yep, that's exactly right. And you're holding the gun with two hands.
Okay, I'm gonna take one of my hands and just yank that knife right out of their shoulder and drag it across.
Oh. Drag it across where?
So it's like here, right? And they're like this shoulder.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna kind of drag it.
Okay. So you're
Drag
just going
it
to
across
take it
the
and try to
top.
keep
Mostly,
firm.
I'm trying to cut the strap on the gun, and also do whatever damage happens.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Make me a knife attack roll. Yeah.
That is a 10 out of 50.
That's really good. So you do in fact manage to cut the strap and do some more damage to her. Roll a d4, please. I'm not going to give you your strength bonus because you're just dragging it across her flesh, but still.
I like it.
That's a 4.
Alrighty. Yeah, she screeches in pain as you drag that thing across. And you have in fact cut the strap. Biff turns and runs at where Scraps is. And Scraps, you see he runs and grabs the gun and basically just runs past the guard holding the gun as hard as he can, even though the guard's got his hand on it, and basically uses the strap on the gun to pull the guard to the ground.
Wow.
So he basically, it's almost like a wrestling move.
It's called the clothesline, I believe.
Yeah, it's almost, yeah. And so Biff's now on the ground, and the guard's on the ground on his back when we go in the next round.
All right.
Jocko, you're up.
All right,
You've got
I
a
got.
9mm.
I do. So the male guard is on the ground now.
Male guard's on the ground. Woman is bleeding heavily and standing in front of you.
I will. Jeez. Hate to do it, but you do what you got to do. I'm gonna shoot her.
Alrighty, fire away. Pistol.
Yep. 32 out of 50 or 40.
That's plenty good. Roll,
All right.
roll a d10.
8.
Yeah, so where is it that you shot her to death?
I guess just straight in the chest.
Okay. You put one in her chest, and she slumps and goes to the ground.
All right.
We are to Tom.
Yeah, I see this happen, and I just go, well, damn! And then I take another swing at the guy that's standing behind me. It's just
He's on the ground now.
He's on the ground wrestling.
Yeah, I just kind of just be like, that's amazing! God, and then just lay into him while he, yeah.
Make me an intelligence roll, Tom, and please don't roll 95 or better.
Oh no. Well, it's not great. It's a 66 out of 55 out of 50.
Fine. That's fine.
Okay.
You didn't turn in a panic and mistake scraps for the guy, so you may hit the guard on the ground.
Okay,
Or
take
Biff.
that.
Or Biff.
Like I'll clip a shoulder or whatever. Like it doesn't have to be classy, so long as I don't hit a comrade, we're fine.
Make your 2-hit roll. Make your attack.
I will. That is a 34 out of 40.
So, where does this mace/Morningstar baseball bat hit this person that ends them? Because you're about to end them.
It would probably I would probably be just like a wild swing, and maybe it would glance off shoulder, but it would eventually find neck, and just sort of be like, and just like there's a moment where like I'm just kind of going for a bludgeoning, but then I feel it stick, and I'm like, whoa, like there's probably even a moment of like to it,
Yeah. So you pierce his neck with multiple rusty nails, and blood begins to spurt out from multiple puncture wounds. And the patrol party is done for. They are no longer a threat.
Tom Rusty Nail Jones.
There we go.
That's the Urban Dictionary of the afternoon right there.
So you did a good job. These guys have some equipment. Obviously, they both have 2 submachine guns, and they've got 2 sidearms between them. Give me 1 sec while I look at what else they're carrying. They've got winter clothing that is thermal and camouflaged. They've got boots. They've got radios. So even though you spiked his hand, you did not hurt the radio.
All right.
Those are some good parkas.
I call dibs on one of them.
Oh, absolutely. I'm wearing 4 layers of Hello Kitty sweatshirts. You definitely.
Here we go. MP5, submachine gun with 3 clips at 30 rounds each. Combat knife for each. 2 MREs for each. Meals ready to eat. 50 foot of rope, 4 pitons, 4 carabiners, first aid kit, and 20 survival matches, a sleeping bag, and their snow camouflage.
Jocko is going for one of the MP5s.
And I will send you that list via chat this week, so you've got it. But there's a lot of really great gear on these guys for a group that's been stumbling around in the woods trying to stay alive for 2 days.
Actually,
the fact that they still have any rations, let alone 2 full MREs,
So that would lead you to believe they probably were dropped this morning to do patrols.
That makes sense. That does make sense, especially if they're as kitted out as they are and things.
And you've seen helicopters moving around, right? So you know that they have access to the airspace and therefore all the space.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I kind of don't feel
and they do have
bad about taking their
the patch on the side that says SARDIV, SARDIV, and it says Search and Rescue Division 4. So they look completely legit in terms of being a search and rescue operation, but clearly they don't operate the way most search and rescue teams do.
They search.
What are y'all going to do?
Actually, I'm going to change my option on that parka. I'm going to make sure Marcia is more, since she's not feeling well.
Biff's very thankfully says, "Well, thank you. That's really kind of you."
Yeah, I have
feeling well. She's not pregnant, by the way. That was just a ruse.
I was about to say congratulations.
I I got a
When you say
proposition.
that, he turns to her and goes, "You're not pregnant, are you?" No, I just have the gas.
Perfect.
I'm gonna propose she gets the ladies parka. I will trade somebody for the male agent's parka. If we have to go through this rigmarole again, that way I can. No
Go right
offense,
ahead.
but I think I might pass off as the one of these guys.
Sounds good to
Go.
me.
All right. How about you, Dane? You want that parka?
I was saying, I'll take that parka.
I got the
Go
North
right
Face
ahead.
parka here.
I'm a little more used to being in the outdoors than y'all, so I can wait. I would hope that we don't have to inherit any more gear.
They've also
Be
got
honest with you.
cold weather pants, which I mean, in terms of surviving, out here, really nice.
We're leaving with all of their clothing.
Okay,
Not keeping it.
that's fair.
They don't need it anymore.
Are you?
I feel like
are you-
Jocko, if he's wearing the jacket, should put on the whole outfit so that if
Yeah,
we
yeah,
need
yeah.
someone to be,
Oh, I agree
Um,
with that.
Are
Do they
you
have
taking
IDs?
all their gear?
Yeah.
Or are you leaving anything behind?
Two things. Do they have IDs? Like just
They don't.
okay.
oh, they don't.
They don't.
Interesting.
And do they have any obvious RFID or some sort of tracker location?
Nothing obvious that you find. No.
Okay.
Now,
Hmm.
here's one question: that radio they got,
Mhm.
I'm assuming it's got multi-channel.
It
capability?
actually looks like it's locked in for only 3 channels.
I suggest we keep at least monitor 2 of those channels.
Should
Yeah, that's a
should
great
we
idea.
specify which two, or does that matter?
You can tell me which 2 you want to monitor. He had it turned to 1. That's where both of them had it turned to channel 1 right now.
Okay, so we'll leave it on 1 for now.
Yeah, one. At least one of them should stay on one.
Yeah.
The other thing we gotta do is kind of drag their body into the cover and just kind of throw some snow over.
Okay.
Smart. Yeah.
Easy to camouflage out here.
Yeah. Yep.
Or we can float them down the river. That way they'll be a moving target.
Yeah, you are getting close to the river. You could do that. It would be some effort to drag them there, but once you got there, that is a great way to get rid of the bodies.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Right downriver.
Yeah,
If they have
that way
any-
it also won't-
I don't know.
It won't attract any predators if there's any like wolves or anything that are in the area that aren't, that are gonna come hunting for a cheap meal. Dragging them to the river might save us some back half effort.
And if they have like a chip implanted in them or something, they'll be halfway down the Yukon before they find them.
Also true.
That's a good plan.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I have to point out the audience gave them the drop on you. The audience had the choice between giving you the drop on them, then the drop on you, or just a mutual surprise
Tons
situation.
of bitches.
Yeah, they. All of the
We
bitches are
beat
trying
you,
to kill you.
audience.
Come on, guys. We have a pregnant
Aw,
woman
thank
with
you.
us. Come on.
I love
A
that.
pregnant, gassy woman and me. With
You
gas
feel pretty
also.
gassy too, actually. Dane, right now you feel pretty gassy too. Like it's
Yeah.
almost getting to the kidney stone type feel.
Oh,
You got
Alrighty,
this.
so are we dragging the bodies to the river, or we decide just to cover them with snow?
We're going to put them in the river, and then we're going to follow the river, because we got to go to the river anyway.
Okay. Very good. Well, you will find a place just after about 2 or 3 in the afternoon where you can cross the river.
well, do we need to cross?
It
thought-
looks like the way the terrain is laid out, you will need to cross it at least for a while, because on your side it gets to be some like sheer escarpment.
Oh,
That
Okay.
would be, while you think you might be able to pass it, they might near the mountains. They might be too dangerous. Like if somebody fell, there could be severe
Yeah,
problems.
I just worry about hypothermia.
That's completely fair. Yeah. So what are y'all going to do to cross? I mean, you can find a shallow place where it's only about 7 or 8 inches deep.
Oh,
Hear me out. What if we made a bridge?
I mean,
out of guards.
we
The
got
river's
wood.
pretty wide.
oh,
The place where so there are some places in the river that are not terribly wide. They're only like 100 feet wide. This place that you found that you might be able to pass is about 250, 300 feet wide, but only about 7 inches deep. And this is the first place you found that's like a shallow place on this river. Mostly it runs pretty deep.
Looks like a
That's
Ford to
long way
me.
away.
yeah, I guess let's do it, but let's prepare to draw off when we get on the other side, or we ain't gonna have any toes.
True.
Oh,
Not
did
long.
we get any like waterproof boots from the guards' bodies?
There were 2 pairs of boots.
I'm guessing her boots fit Marcia's. His boots
Marcia
might-
actually is wearing like Land's End hunting boot, the duck
Oh,
boot,
look.
the rubber ones.
Oh,
She's
Look
in
who
good
came
shape
prepared.
there.
All right.
Yeah, if somebody else wants to wear the woman's boots, they certainly could.
Is
Sorry.
there
Who's got dainty feet that could fit a woman's boots?
I was gonna suggest Tom, honestly.
Alrighty, Tom.
I mean, yeah.
He's got
They
the
go
smallest
perfect-
size score out
They
of all
go
of us,
perfect
right?
with the Hello Kitty stuff.
That's quite the outfit you got there, Tom.
Hey, what can I say?
I like it. It's a good look.
I'm just saying, like, you know, it is high fashion at half the price. So, you know, like, I am a Maxinista. Yeah.
When we get-
But the other side of it too is, I mean, I don't know if we don't really have any like rope or anything, because I was gonna say, if I've got waterproof
do.
boots, like, well, in that case, then I can always bring something across, and we can make like a little like makeshift like footpath kind of thing, so everyone's feet don't have to get wet and frozen. Like just tie a
wait, we also have a
tight
tarp.
rope low and high, and people can kind of ford the river that way. I just figured that way
We
nobody
could-
loses a toe in this trip, you know. Well, not from a river anyway.
Well, we can take our time and do that, or we can go across the 7-inch part and just dry our feet at the end.
I mean, also fair.
We have the propane grill still, right?
Oh
We
yeah,
do.
we can always
We
dry
do.
things
Okay.
Got a
overnight,
bunch
or
of survival matches.
yep,
Yeah,
We
okay.
do.
So we'll just dry off on the other side.
fair
And
enough.
while we're drying our feet, we can prepare one of these MREs, maybe a little bit of the bear,
There you
get
go.
a little meal into us while we're drying our feet. So just take care
That's
of all
fair.
the survival needs.
I was gonna say, and
Okay.
while I'm playing a game of who wore it best, we'll have a game of MRE versus bear, which tastes better. So like we're gonna have ourselves a whole evening worth of fun and activity.
Nothing like an MRE and some bear after plugging some agents.
Hey, I mean, Jocko, if you've said it once, you've said it 100 times.
Sounds like a country song.
The lesser-known release of Merle Haggard.
And while we're eating, I just sort of look at Tom's direction and just sort of shake my head and go, boy, you know, if we don't make it out of here, you're definitely going to make the most interesting story for
Hey.
whoever finds us.
Actually, you know, there's one other thing we need to do while we're. I want to take a look at Dane's neck, since now we have a first aid kit.
Oh, yeah.
That's a
Let's
great
take a look.
idea.
Put a band-aid on that
Come on,
thing.
you guys.
What do we see here? It's been about half a day or so since we last looked at this.
Is it
It looks
talking
like-
yet?
It looks like it's it's a little bit better from the alcohol.
Oh,
Who's got the radios?
I would imagine I have one radio.
Who's monitoring channel 1?
I'll
I
monitor.
think Jocko.
I'll
let
monitor
Jocko.
channel. Okay, channel 1.
go right
Okay.
ahead.
Jocko, while they're looking at the neck, you hear neutralized another hiker in grid 26. And somebody comes back and says, good job, noted.
They're just taking everybody out in this area. I just whispered to everybody. I don't, obviously it's off. But they're taking out hikers and apparently anybody in this area.
I was gonna say that I think I'm holding the other radio, and I was gonna monitor channel 3.
Okay.
Uh,
So you get her looked at. Scraps, do me a first aid roll, if you could.
Oh. Let me take a look at what my numbers are here. That's medicine.
Okay.
I'm pretty pathetic with that. Yeah, no. Beyond just telling you that it looks red and angry, that's all I can.
So you slap some Neosporin and a Band-Aid on there.
there you go.
Yep.
I'll fix it up.
Could I offer any advice with my first aid?
Make a first aid roll.
I got a 39 out of 35, but can I spend the 4 luck points?
You may. So looking it over, Dane, you feel like the best course of action for this is probably some Neosporin and a Band-Aid.
Good. It's always good to be double shirt.
It is, but there's just not much to do about it, and it does look like it's getting better a little bit. So you have a good meal of an MRE and some bear. You get your feet dried off if they got wet, and get Dane stitched up appropriately with his Neosporin and his Band-Aid, and you're ready to go. Not much light left, so you're gonna camp here by the river or move maybe into the tree line to get out of sight.
Yeah, if there's an embankment of some sort of cover, either a rock
Yeah.
outcrop or some woods.
Okay. Yeah, so you find what looks like somebody else's campsite, actually. It looks like somebody else has used this as a campsite, because you see a fire that's died down, but it's got the rocks around it to contain it.
Recently,
Probably in the last week.
might be the hiker
and-
they plugged.
You do see
Yeah.
a body laying in the campsite near you, in front of you. It's an emaciated corpse dressed in winter camouflage. There is a raw red hole in the top of its head, and its right leg has been cleanly sheared off as if by a giant machete or something.
Oh no,
Um,
that does not look good.
The amputated leg lies on the ground about 8 feet away and doesn't seem quite as emaciated as the body. So as you look at the leg looks nice and firm and kind of fatty, like someone in good muscle tone. The body looks sallow and withdrawn, like it's strangely empty.
So we saw Scraps and I saw some cattle mutilations. Is this reminiscent of those? There's some aspects of it that
Well, yeah, that's a good point because. All right, did you say this out loud? I should ask.
well, yeah, I'm saying it to Scraps. I'm saying it to you if we're looking at this and this does actually bring up a memory.
Well, yeah, you remember it kind of had that hole in the head and it sucked out the brain.
Yeah, I thought we figured
Yeah.
what did that, but this looks pretty similar in the whole emaciation. I thought some of the cattle had something like that, didn't they?
Yep.
Well, that's deeply unsettling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell you what.
So wait, hold on. Did you with the cattle? Did you figure out?
Never figured out what happened.
Nope.
Wait.
Hopefully our luck continues.
Good. Good.
Right.
Well, I don't know if this spot would be considered too lucky, but we don't have much of a choice. It's getting a little late.
I was going to suggest that we should maybe either use the tarp to provide cover or lay it out to sleep on so we don't get as cold. I don't know which one would be more beneficial.
Actually, what we do here is we'll take some of these evergreen limbs, knock them off, and make a bedding out of that,
Okay,
and
so
then we
we'll
can put the tarp over us.
yeah, so that if we're, from above, maybe people won't see us.
Does this doesn't look, or does it? The hole in the head, does that look reminiscent of what we saw? That we know that was mechanically done with a machine, a perfect circle.
Oh, wow. So this is not a perfect circle.
Okay.
but I would say organically, it looks similar in nature to what was being done, just not a perfect circle because it wasn't a machine.
Got it. Does this look like an exit wound or an entry wound?
Entry wound for sure.
It's a good question, though.
That is a really good question.
I've seen some shit.
Does the cutting along the severed leg look at all like the bear that was cut up?
Yes, it does.
Whatever did this, I'm guessing it's our Buzzy friend somewhere out there, and it sucked this guy dry.
Right.
Now I will point out this guy does have their equipment too. So they've got the pants are kind of kaput, but the parka's good. The weapons are good. Everything else, so you can triple everything I gave you except pants.
Oh no! I can take the pants. I'm missing the right leg.
Pants.
Oh, that's right. That's perfect. Okay, wait a sec. Let's see which. Okay, so Scraps, roll me a luck roll and see if it's the right. If it's the same way.
I'll just turn it around backwards. What are you talking about? Oh no! My luck is fail. It was a left leg.
Backwards pants.
Backwards
If you
pants.
roll.
I rolled an 87.
Okay, you're right. It is the other leg. And so, you'll have to wear them backwards, which means if you get into a situation where you are in a rush or urgently need to access that area, you will have issues.
However, you are set for number 2.
That is
Exactly.
correct. That is correct. Yes. So are we going to camp here?
Yeah. One more question about the body. How long? You said a few days, maybe?
Yeah, it looks
No.
like it's about 3 days.
Does it look?
It's hard to tell, Jocko, in cold weather because it preserves stuff so well.
Sure. Does there look to have been? But you said that the fire had been out for.
Yeah, the fire is your best indicator of how long it's actually been.
Any
Should
predators?
we remove this too? The body.
What?
No. Well, I want to find out if any predators have come near the body.
They
While,
don't appear to have. No.
Okay, because just thinking back, I tell everybody this. On our previous investigation, all the cows that died, none of the predators seem to be interested in them. I don't know if the same thing's going on with this guy or not, but I don't see any tracks. Looks like some perfectly good meat that any of these wolves or whatnot could have had. They don't seem to be interested.
The blizzard conditions might have kept things away.
That's
they might
true.
have interfered with the normal sensory profiles that would draw predators here.
Let's keep this guy away from the campfire then.
Yeah.
Should we float this body too?
Yeah, I'll put him in the river.
Yeah, I was going to say, anything that we can throw in the river, we probably should.
So
I'm going to take his waterproof shoes first also.
Fair enough. Yeah.
He's going in naked.
Completely fair.
Mm-hmm.
So are you going to do watches this night?
Yeah.
Who's going to
Absolutely.
do first watch?
I'll just take the first watch again.
Okay.
Sorry,
everybody,
John.
are you building a fire or are you going with a dark camp?
I think maybe we, if we can stand it, once night falls, we put our fire out. What do we think?
Okay.
I think,
I think once
if we
it's-
can have something during whatever light we can in order to dry off our stuff from crossing the river, we should. But beyond that, I think we should just try to,
Huddle
even if we have
together.
to unzip the sleeping bag and sleep in a huddle. We've got warmer clothes and things now, so it's not as bad. But I definitely think that we should try to roll dark if we can.
Okay.
I agree.
Let's all get to know each other.
So you have some food, you bed down for the night, put out the fire, Scraps sits up, huddled in the darkness, in the cold, watching for bad stuff. Scraps, you...
Actually, I'm listening.
Okay, fair. So you do see, because there's some moonlight out tonight, you see a flock of geese, and you can hear them bark as they take off, and then you hear, and you see a large shape hit the flock, and one of the geese goes, and the large shape flies off in a different direction. And we will end on that note this evening.
I was about to say I am keeping my mouth shut and sitting still.
That's such good advice. So yeah, it's a great time to stop. we're going to cut on the cliffhanger and we'll pick up next week. Hope everybody enjoyed it. We've got 2 more episodes of this, and the group so far is doing a great job. Some quick reminders and thanks, and then we will call it a night. Fenn, you get the YouTube announcement.
Don't forget, y'all, to subscribe to the Games Tavern YouTube channel right now. Right now. Subscribing is free, and you don't miss any of the action, and you get access to all of the shows and content. Your likes and positive comments on the videos help future adventurers find out about our shows, and you can find the YouTube in the chat.
Very good. Thank you. So before we terminate tonight's data feed, let's have our cast recap who they are and where you can find them. I'm David Quick. I'm the keeper and co-developer for the game. You can find me at _GMD on Twitter. I'm on Facebook. I'm on the Discord here at the Games Tavern. So yeah, if you put a taco outside your door, I'll probably show up to eat it because I love me some Mexican food. but that's me. Bill.
Hi, I'm Bill. You can find me on most of the social medias, Grumpy Lizard. Tonight I was playing Scraps, the Hillbilly Hobo. I hope you enjoyed the show tonight. I had a blast playing.
Alrighty, Fenn.
Hey everyone, my name is Fenn Bowman. You can find me on Twitter at PuppyPlants, and I have been playing Dane Prastic, the non-binary paranormal investigator.
Alrighty, Jose.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jose Ortiz. I was playing Jocko Burnside today, our long-haul truck driver who hasn't driven his truck in quite a while. And you can find me on Twitter at Jej Ortiz Art, Jej Ortiz Art. It's got my ArtStation website on there. I do private commissions as well as working in the TTRPG industry doing fantasy art. Hit me up if you like.
And I will testify that he does a fantastic job with the art that he does and has been for a long time. It's like 25 years, I think, that I've known him, and it's fantastic. Be sure and put your stuff in the chat, Mr. Ortiz, so that they can see it, because sometimes hearing it doesn't do it for everybody. Ego.
I'm Ego Von Hubris. You can find me at Ego Von Hubris on, general social medias. I think I have a Twitter, but I think I've used it exactly one time 6 years ago. So whatever, it's fine. But like Instagram, Facebook, etc. I do a lot of sort of local performance stuff, but you can also catch us right back here. I've been playing the part of Tom Jones, professional lounge singer, mentally hanging on, and general trap Roomba, I find. So, that's the nice part. But yeah, we've been having a great time, and I've loved everything about this. I did also want to give a big shout out to Omega Control, our technical specialist, Jack Kelling. Just keeping things on point and on pace and making us look and sound good. It's great. Don't forget to take a look at Dirty Deeds on Wednesday, Whiskey, Magic, and Destruction on Thursday. Those are well worth checking out. Don't take the time, make the time. It's very well worth it. Thank you for tuning in and helping us shape this event. We do this for you, and we look forward to your continued feedback and participation. You really help make the game more interesting. You take it in unexpected routes, and it really gives us something excellent to try to play off of. So it's always a joy. And I love seeing the comments too of people figuring things out as well. So your participation really helps make a lot of it for us. I love this group. I love this game. But having you guys sort of live and involved really adds a whole lot of flavor. So keep at it and keep tuning in. This has been great.
Very good. So next week we'll continue Snowcrash. We're at the midway point, guys. I know it feels like a lot of stuff's happened and a lot of bad stuff is coming your way, and you're right. And it only gets worse from here as the mystery continues to spiral and unfold.
Especially with this audience.
Yeah, so we'll see if the investigators can survive the worst that the Yukon and the Canadian government can dish out, and worse, as next week we are once again back for Snowcrash. Until next week, this is the Omega Files cast and crew signing off and saying, be seeing you.